horrible service. I don't know what is going on in my YouTube backend, but the entire thing just froze up and the edit button wouldn't work. So on my end, it kept saying that it was completely unlisted. Every time I did get it to go live, all I was getting was like a flat green screen on my end. I don't know what was going on. It was a bloody nightmare. I was fuming, absolutely fuming. Anyway, it is what it is. So it's going to be a little bit of a different live stream today because I can't screen share for some reason. I can only screen share when I do this over the computer. And I can't do this over the computer because for some reason YouTube's just a bloody mess. I was going on live, trying to go live, and the edit button wasn't working. So essentially on my end, it says that it was unlisted so nobody could view it. And then when I was checking it online through like a private screen, it was popping up. But then all I was getting was a green screen. Like all I was getting was a green square. It was fucking making me flip out, man. But anyway, it is what it is, mate. I'm getting too big. We're taking over the MMA space. But anyway, we need to calm down, chill out. We're here now. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work in our own special way. Mason, what's up, brother? How are we going? Happy Easter to everyone. It is Good Friday here in Australia. So happy Easter to you guys. I don't know if your public holidays are lining up the same. It should be Good Friday for you guys tomorrow, yeah? But anyway, it is what it is. You just booked in your trip to Melbourne in June. Going to stay in Canterbury, then drive up to Omeo. That's sick, man. That's sick. What months are you coming over? What months are you coming down to Melbourne, mate? Minty, what's up, brother? How we going? Who wins, the Aussie or the Chechen? Victor, fake. Victor, you fake, brother. You fake. Obviously the Aussie, mate. The Chechen is going to be throwing himself at Robert Whittaker's legs for the first round, and then he's going to completely gas out. He's got no lungs. We all know this. Plus, I'm sure we've all seen my new video that dropped today. Australians are packing the biggest meat sausage in the entire UFC. Mason, what months are you coming, brother? I'll let you know if it's cold or not. What months are you coming down, man? Omeo does get really cold. You're absolutely right. It's up in our ski snope season. Yeah, me and Jamie went there not too long ago, man. It was lovely. Australians, the real men in the UFC. Absolutely right, mate. Absolutely right. Oh, it sucks that we're not going to be able to. Oh, you did say June? Sorry, Jamie, I didn't see. Yeah, dude, if you're coming to Omeo in June, pack warm clothes because that's up there in our high area, our snow season in the snowy area. But it's a hell of a drive, mate. If you're road tripping around it, one hell of a drive. Mason, you honestly think that Jack Della Maddalena is going to sleep Shavkat? I think you're right, mate. I think you're right. Go watch that Jeff Neal fight again. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it's interesting to see that, like, when the stand-up boxing, the stand-up striking comes into play. You went in July in 2020? Yeah. 20 degrees Fahrenheit in Omeo? Yep. Shavkat? Yep. Have you been to Bindi? No, I haven't. You think Shavkat's going to beat JDM in your opinion? Maybe, mate. Maybe. No, I think Shavkat's going to do it. I think with the stand-up striking that we saw between Shavkat and Wonderboy, there was a little bit of susness there for Shavkat. And then with how much of a hard time Shavkat was getting Wonderboy down, I feel like JDM's takedown defense is better than Wonderboy's. So we're probably going to be able to see JDM manage to either keep it on the feet or scramble himself back up onto the feet. So we're going to be looking for JDM to be getting that scramble going, get it back up onto the feet, and then end up winning it. Big Juicy YouTube, g'day, mate. Chuck some shrimp on the barbie. Thanks for joining the stream, man. Mason, I live in America. The only places I travel to are Australia, New Zealand, and England. Never been anywhere else. Mason, you should go check out Thailand, bro. Like, you're making the flight all the way down here. Go to Thailand. Check out Tiger Muay Thai. You know, there's a sick one championship card tonight as well. By the way, boys, if you guys are going to be staying up late enough, there is a sick one fight night. Mason, Jack Della Maddalena punches real hard. Yes. That's so true. That's so true. Yep, Thailand, amazing beaches, amazing beer prices. You know, one championship is really good. Let's have a look at the one card. Oh, man, I wish I could screen share with you guys, but it is what it is. Yeah, one championship does have better strikers. JDM coming from a broken ass. Oh, Western Mass, how are you, mate? Bro, I don't know what. I was trying to go live an hour ago, man, but my computer was just, I don't know why. I don't know why, but YouTube on the back end was not being my friend. YouTube on the back end was not being my friend. Rontang is the man. Rontang versus Sean O'Malley. Rontang. Romeo, what's up, brother? How you going? How you going? Events, right. One Friday fight night. Starting in 8 hours. If anyone is still going to be awake in 8 hours' time, get yourself a free VPN. CT Captain Nemo. I am from Melbourne, brother. I'm from Melbourne. Where are you from, man? Kaylin, what's up? How you going? How you going? Anyone awake in 8 hours' time? There is going to be a sick fight night card coming up for one championship. 2 p.m. London time? Nice, man. Well, no, you can do that. Not 2 a.m., 2 p.m. You can do that. The pride of Bacchus Marsh, Jack Jenkins. You got an interview, so you're going to miss the first 30 minutes. That's fair enough, dude. But, like, you know, the way the one fight night cards are, they sort of stack. So even if you miss the first one, Captain Nemo, love from Seattle in the US. Shout out to the US, man. Shout out to the US. The girlfriends from the US. Adamias, sweet Kenny the Ripper. All right. Good luck on the interview, Mo. Yeah, Mo, actually, good luck on the interview, man. Good luck on the interview, dude. Honestly, don't be thinking about MMA during the interview. One championship is very good. Cage is in here. How you going, Cage? One championship is very good. Am I famous? No, mate. Absolutely not. 300 fight card tomorrow. A little bit early. Where are we at? Yeah, one is damn good. Wait, I find one championship, especially the Friday fight nights where it's Muay Thai, to be more fun to watch than general UFC cards, because UFC cards sort of slow down with all the wrestling, right? But one Friday night fights is just Muay Thai, and then sometimes they'll mix in MMA. Like, if you actually look at the knockout percentages for last year, I think one's like finish rate was far higher than the UFC's. So if you're just in the mood to like hang out and watch some sick, fun fights, chuck on one Friday fight nights coming up in like 8 hours. But anyway, let us get some UFC questions going. Do we feel like this sort of confirms check out one, man? Check out one. I did a whole video breaking down why one championship has got more exciting fight rates than the UFC somewhere down in my channel. Couple of videos ago. Do we feel like, yeah, Jamie did almost step on a brown snake in Bacchus Marsh. Kind of fucked up. Saduka, how you going, brother? Welcome to the stream. We're getting amped about one Friday fight nights tonight in 8 hours' time. And the news of Robert Whittaker taking on Khamzat Chimaev. Did anyone watch my video today about how Aussies are packing the most meat in the UFC? Mobile, how you going, brother? Good afternoon. Omeo has the craziest stars, never seen anything like it. Yeah, it is absolutely out there in the middle of nowhere. Mohammed, yo, what are your thoughts on Izzy saying about Drickus, you have to match me next by force? Izzy, let's be honest, mate. Israel Adesanya is fucking lucky that he is the face of 2 UFC video games, okay? Because there is no other way that he would be getting another title shot without fighting a contender. Like, why is it not Israel? Like, Israel Adesanya and Robert Whittaker. I hope Robert Whittaker wins too, man. Robert Whittaker, face the murderer's row. What you talking about, Whittaker? Me? I'm just saying, Western Mass. When you look at all the nations represented in the UFC, it's the Aussies that take the hardest fights every single time, right? JDM calling out Shavkat Rakhmonov. Jack Jenkins breaking people's legs. Yeah? What was the other one? Mark Hunt stepping in against a roided up Brock Lesnar. There's no fighting culture like the Aussies in the UFC, mate. Izzy got to face MVP first, Suduka, you reckon? Yeah, maybe. I think like Izzy needs to face a number one contender rather than just getting that Dricus du Plessis title shot. But I do think Whittaker going against Chimaev sort of locks it in. And then what's also interesting is that Dana White says that this is for a number one contender spot, which is kind of weird. Damn, mate. Also stopping in Ye. Nice. Yeah, we've always driven past Ye. Australians, tough as fuck. You're an unapologetic James France fan, to be honest. What do you mean? Australians are just built specially since a good amount of them are also Greek. You're going to take the WOG heritage built differently. You're going to take like the WOG heritage and like mix it in with the Australian blood. And that's what makes like that special Volkanovski-esque sort of madness. Yeah, bro. Greek Australians, bro. They're sick as. Jamie, if you're listening to the stream, what was that town on the way down from Mount Hotham that we loved? Mason has to go and visit it. What was it? On our list every time we pass it. Bright. Mason, when you're in Australia, go visit Bright. Check it out. Harryville and Bright. Yeah, that's it. They're the ones that we're on. Shara Bullet versus Yair. Shara Bullet, Wonderboy, best kickers in MMA. I think still one of the best kickers in MMA has to go to Edson Barboza, right? Back in the day, like peak Barboza. Those kicks were like something to behold. Plus, what is the kid that's fighting Jose Aldo? I've been watching back his fights lately. My God, the kicking from him. Eli, what's up, brother? Didn't he twist his weenie the first fight? What? Talking about Yavanes? Modefa? Eli, I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. Yeah, there was a whiskey distillery near Yay that we wanted to stop at. Yeah, absolutely right. Now, okay, so Jose Aldo. Who's the kid Jose's coming back against? Nobody kicks harder than Rakic. Yeah. He throws those leg kicks in. Jose Aldo ends retirement, returns for UFC 301 against Jonathan Martinez. I've been watching back. Martinez's leg kicks are savage. So, Western Mass, is Cage still here? I think Cage might have bounced, bro. Not enough degeneracy for Cage today. So let's do like a quick leg kick tier list for the UFC. Hey, what's up, Cage? Do a quick leg kick tier list, right? You got to have Edson Barboza in there, like old school Barboza. You got to have Jonathan Martinez in there. You got to have Rakic in there. Who else are we going to have? I mean, John Jones's filthy oblique kicks, the stomp that John Jones like to throw in when everyone is talking about how they're just too dirty to be in MMA, but John Jones doesn't care. John Jones will throw it in. He doesn't mind doing a dirty shot. It's weird how you guys all drive on the other side of the road. Mate, down at our tourist spots, we literally have signs that say, make sure to drive on the right side of on the proper side of the road. Fiziev, sick leg kicks. Thank you, Cage. Even though you weren't around for Aldo's reign, I think his striking technique is beautiful. Yeah, watching Aldo strike is like a thing of beauty. When you watch Jose Aldo strike and Dustin Poirier strike, when you see that like clean boxing over in MMA, I love that. I love seeing that. I love seeing that. Who else? I was just thinking of someone else as well. Brandon Moreno. That striking style, that boxing style. So nice to see. Can you believe that liposuction avoider unmodded me for a funny troll? I don't know when this happened. Did this happen in Ronan's stream? Did this happen in our Discord? When did you get unmodded? Or are you just talking to Cage, bro? Best leg kicks in MMA, you would say Poatan, Jack Jenkins, Martinez. I would like to see what Jack Jenkins did over at Eternal in Australia come over to the UFC, because it takes the UFC's cameras, you know what I mean? It takes the UFC's audience to really blow him up, you know what I mean? Fiziev's body kicks are insane. Do Aussies drive on the same side as the UK? I don't know. We drive on the left-hand side of the road. Is that where you guys? You're talking to Cage? Fair enough. Go to Quebec and they drive on both sides of the road. Bro, in India or in Thailand, it's like water. They drive wherever the hell they want. Their traffic is like water. I wish that we were on the regular stream so I could screen share with you guys and show you just like how nuts it is. And when I was in India, there were cops on the side of the road, like at the red lights, which red light in India just means slow down a little bit. And they're just having their hands out, like just grabbing bribes. I mean, they were on the spot fines, but they were like not stopping anyone for anything. They were just taking cash. Same thing happens in Eastern Europe as well. It's wild, man. Wild. Jack Jenkins leg kicks, yeah, they're phenomenal. They're phenomenal. Henry Webb will be in the UFC soon. He's from Ballarat. Nice, man. Nice. Bring in more of the Aussies. They're the only ones that are willing to take on the Dagestani wrestlers, it looks like. Everyone else is just going to sit out and try and dodge fights. What part's weird, Romeo? Tell me, brother. What part's weird? All right, let's jump into Twitter on my end and check out some more of the MMA news. Once more into the fray, yep, Robert Whittaker versus Saudi Arabia. I mean, I like the entire Saudi Arabia card. Yeah, we could talk about that. That entire card is looking sick. Yeah, the Australians really do like the hard fight. Conor will fight soon. You reckon, Mason? You reckon? I'm still waiting for the UFC to announce that. Although there was good news from Dana White, wasn't there? Shara Bullett's elbow on the bottom is nasty. True. So true. Conor will not fight, and if he does, I'm going to promise you it's over for him. I think you're right about that, Mo. Like, Conor's return is not going to be good because he clearly needs help, like getting over his drug problem. It looks like he stops doing drugs for a day in that Jake Gyllenhaal interview, and his brain just fizzled out. So, yeah, absolutely not good for Conor. But Dana White has finally said that his movie obligations are now over. So now we can talk about booking him a fight. And usually in the past, everything, that Dana was saying was just, he's not ready. He's too rich. He doesn't need the money. Like, Dana was very dismissive of Conor ever coming back. And now Dana White seems to be more like, now we can talk about Conor coming back, which I guess is sort of like progress for Michael Chandler, at least, The Indian police with the bribes. Yeah, it is very weird, man. It is very weird. On the spot, paying for tickets while not worrying about anything else. That's what I thought was weird. Yeah, it was weird to see. I was like, oh, we're clearly just taking bribes here. Okay, whatever. Conor's going to be fighting whoever the new USADA is, and that's it. Could be why we're seeing Conor McGregor have withdrawal symptoms. Couldn't it, guys? Like, all these withdrawal symptoms could be why, because he's finally properly getting tested for in competition fighting again, right? When John Jones coaches are silent, he goes into a holding pattern. I know. It was so weird. I heard that brought up again the other day. Like, what is a John Jones holding pattern? Just bouncing in and out. Hey, Capalot, what's up, mate? How you going? How you going? Who do you think is going to be winning out of Whitaker versus Chimaev, brother? Put it down in the comments. George St. Pierre thinks that he would have beaten Khabib Nurmagomedov. Okay, this is a quote from George St. Pierre. Pavlovich versus Volkov. What's up? I like it, Western Mass. First thing that comes to mind about that is Cyril Gane. Fuck Cyril Gane. Get back in the fucking cage, Cyril Gane. You pussy. Right? That's why the French didn't even make it onto my big dick tier list for the UFC, because they don't deserve to be on the list at all. And I hope Pavlovich gets the win. Like, I love Volkov. He's been in the UFC for ages, but Pavlovich is just fun to watch. So I hope he gets the win and he can be that new Tai Tuivasa knockout king in the top 5. You know what I mean? Romeo, man. Connor kind of pisses me off, man. Yep. I remember when they announced him to supposedly fight on 300 against Chandler, only for it not to happen. Feel bad for Chandler, who's just waiting to fight Connor. Yeah, absolutely true, man. Absolutely true. I agree with you. Anthony, what's up, brother? You think Max is next for the BMF champ? Why is that, bro? Why is that? You think because he's having more time to build into lightweight? Because I think Justin Gaethje is going to turn him into the next Tony Ferguson, which sucks because I love Max Holloway, man. Muhammad, Cyril Gane is a pussy. Mason, Anthony Smith is the most delusional fighter in MMA. Bro, Anthony Smith was like John Jones. He's not that good. You know, when you take away his striking, his leg kicks, his takedown, and his wrestling, when you just break him down, he doesn't have anything else left. He's really not that good. Anthony. Anthony. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, if you just have John Jones as just a stump, like a tree with the limbs cut off it, and just put the stump of John Jones in the middle of the octagon, he's not that good. Anthony, what are you talking about? Oh, shit. Connor will knock out Michael Chandler round 1. Maybe. I don't know, man. I think Michael Chandler has been locked in, focused, not drinking, going to the gym. I think Michael Chandler is going to starch Conor McGregor. Conor versus Paddy, that'd be good. Gane will be fighting Tom Aspinall for the interim heavyweight championship in Manchester. Probably. Or Curtis Blades. I'd prefer it if it was Curtis Blades. That at least would be a more interesting matchup, right? Especially since we didn't get to see that resolved properly. Pascal, what's up, man? Conor's not winning another UFC fight. Hate to break it to you. You're absolutely true. You're absolutely true. The corner in the chair represents Michael Chandler. Absolutely, man. Bro is just getting it for that fight. Yeah, true, man. True. Conor is speaking. Conor just wants anybody. He doesn't care who it is. He doesn't care about Chandler at all, Mo. That's so true. Meanwhile, Conor's pissing through a styrofoam cup, mate. He's melting it, mate. Weston, if Pavlovich got another shot at Aspinall, could he win? I don't think so, dude. I think Aspinall's striking is just too clean for Pavlovich's, man. Michael Chandler is also a beast. Yeah, I think so. I think Michael Chandler is locked in for Conor McGregor, and Conor McGregor right now is just struggling to keep his nostrils clean. Like, there is so much to deal with in MMA, especially like at the highest levels of lightweight. And all Conor McGregor can think about right now is not doing another line, because all of his interviews look like he is constantly just either tweaking or coming down, and he's somewhere between the two. Where Chandler is just waiting to get in the cage, ready to go. Chandler could fight Conor McGregor tomorrow. So I don't think any amount of prep is going to fix this hangover that Conor's put himself in. You hope that Simon and Hawaiian Max Holloway. You hope the Samoan. Let me read this. You hope the Samoan and Hawaiian in Max Holloway pulls out the win. I'm with you, Romeo. You're hoping that the Samoan and the Hawaiian in Max Holloway pulls out the win. But either way, I'm excited to see who takes out the win between the two of them. Yeah, brother. I think it is going to be a phenomenally exciting fight no matter which way it goes, man. Mason, Pavlovich is the scariest fighter in the UFC before the Tom Aspinall KO. One of them, he was just a world beater, man. Like, what was it, 9 first-round knockouts and 9 fights or something like that? It was insane. Don't forget, Chandler was a top lightweight gatekeeper. He's no joke. Absolutely, man. Absolutely true, Muhammad. Romeo, yeah, Chandler is focused while Connor is just fucking around. Yeah, absolutely right, man. That's so true. Connor will get hurt. Think about it, right? Connor's coming off like a leg replacement, plus all the time off, plus all the drugs going through his system. It's not good, man. The MMA groomer, Cheddarhead Raid. Sick, man. That's awesome. G'day, boys over from Cheddarhead. How are you? Mason, the MMA guru will fight MMA Joey. That'd be sick. Mike Perry was the best fighter in MMA. No, Mike Perry is the best fighter in bare knuckle, though, for sure, man. OG, are you just dick-sucking Chandler? No, mate. I mean, OG, do you really think that a focused Michael Chandler is going to lose to a coked-up Conor McGregor? OG Beast? Come on, man. How much money would you be putting on that for real? Adam P, good points, brother. Thanks, Adam. Welcome to the stream, man. Shit. Cheddarhead, what's up, dude? You asked Guru to raid my channel, and then he said, fuck it, and left. Well, man, what are you going to do? It is what it is, brother. You know, I was lining up the stream to end with Guru's stream. What's up, boys? Western Mass, how are we? And my fucking computer glitched out, and the edit button on Go Live wasn't working, and it was stuck in unlisted. So, like, I missed the Guru stream by, like, 20 minutes of me sitting around fucking with the stream. But whatever, man. There'll be another time, another day, you know? We play on. It is what it is. At least my phone was working. Western Mass, the boys are here. Let's have a good time, lads. Let's fuck around and talk some shit and talk MMA. Listen, we're just clicking on this right now. George St. Pierre, keep doing that and one day you'll get rated. It all depends on work, man. Like today was a public holiday, so I went to work for a little bit this morning, just a little bit of a patch to do, and then I came in and hung out, but whatever. It is what it is, mate. It is what it is. We got all sorts of stuff to talk about. It'll happen one day, you know, and the channel's growing. We'll be right. It'll kick off on its own. But thanks, Chedhead, man. I appreciate bringing the boys over and bringing the attention over. And yesterday, with Musical in the Guru stream, trying to get MMA Musical a gifted membership was fucking hilarious. The way that it wasn't working was so good. Mason, prime GSP beats Khabib. That's what GSP said, right? GSP was talking about a hypothetical fight against Khabib on the Pound for Pound podcast, and GSP reckons that he would have beaten Khabib. He goes, if he came at him and put the pressure on him, he would have knocked Khabib out, right? He would have had the confidence to go for it because he wouldn't have been scared of Khabib on the ground. He would have tried to put him down, and he would have like launched everything that he has into that fight. Robert Whittaker will fight anybody at any time. Not around Christmas, Mason. Robert Whittaker hates fighting around Christmas, bro. I don't know how much money I spent. I don't know how much money I spent on that. It was so fucking funny, man. Like they just kept missing him. It was so good. Mason Herring, GSP or Usman, who wins? GSP. GSP. Look at Usman's title run record, right? The MMA groomer. That was a coordinated money grab scheme. It's like YouTube knew your plans. Does the MMA guru need a money grab scheme? Like he gets $2 for going. I think the MMA guru's money grab scheme is just impressions. And good on him, you know? He's making his money. Yeah, Usman, right, as a champion. Colby, Masvidal short notice. Masvidal again, which is like aged horribly. And then Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns, who is a phenomenal gatekeeper. Like, I don't want to say gatekeeper and like diminish Burns, but he is a gatekeeper, right? So Usman's like entire title legacy is a bit in question. You know what I mean? It's a bit sus. Prime GSP, I mean, I think he could handle Usman's pressure all day long, you know, and he wouldn't get lulled into Usman's piston-like jab over and over again. So I don't know, brother. I really feel like Prime GSP would win. The MMA Guru is so sick of his job. Yeah, he's over. He hates it. He's here. He's just going to ride it until his channel dies, which is like, whatever, man. It's all good, you know. Hey, he still gives us great content. He still gives us good content quite often. So that's good enough. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is. His presence still makes MMA fun. And as long as he continues to do that, then what can we complain about, right? Otherwise, it's just us at the fucking Apex every Sunday. Fuck that, you know? Thank God I have a balcony and a length of rope. Muhammad Real. Dricus du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya is being discussed to headline UFC 305 in Perth, Australia. Dougie, have you ever been to America? I've been twice, mate. Jamie is from America. Her family lives over there. Been twice. Her family's from Boston. I've been to New York. Been to Atlantic City. Yeah. It's sick. I love America. The MMA groomer, mate. How do you get around the internet with that name, groomer? How do you get around the internet with that name? After the Leon fights, it really puts into perspective how big of a weight bully Usman was during his run. So true, groomer. So true. And not only that, man, but like, look at Colby on his second attempt to fight. Boston was dope, yeah. Look at his second attempt to fight Usman, man. He was scared in the first 2 rounds. He was shitting bricks. Like, he didn't want to. Don't forget your favorite. Philadelphia is a fucking shithole. Like, so that first fight against Colby just threw the first 2 rounds. Usman's legacy is real sus, man. Muhammad, you can tell that Guru realized he's created a fan base of toxic trolls who talk too much crap and he's sick of it, and they've reduced him to just doing impressions. Yeah, it's just most of his. I know, man. I know, but it is what it is. Philly has the worst take on sports. Just a fact. Philly has the worst take on running a city. Great cheesesteaks. Horrible city. Yeah, Guru's straight. Like, I don't know, man. Guru's doing his thing, but yeah, even he gets sick of it. He's like, can we just like behave ourselves for a second and keep ourselves on track? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Who the fuck am I to give Guru advice on how to stream, brother? Adam P, who are your top 3 weight bullies in the UFC? That's a good one. I think Khabib has to be there, right? I think Khabib has to be there. Like, he would emaciate himself just to try and make weight. And if conditions were not perfect for him making weight, he wouldn't do it. The second one that I would put in is Daniel Cormier. Like, literally Tailgate. I don't know if if you guys came in around 2019, Google Daniel Cormier Tailgate. It's all the newbies with their incessant impression requests that ruin it. But he goes along with it, Cheddarhead. Like, he could say, I'm not doing an impression unless it's a $10 dono. And that would reduce the impressions by heaps. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. But I don't, like, whatever, dude. Like, I'm not. It's Guru stream. He can do what he wants. And at the end of the day, the MMA is more fun with the MMA Guru than without the MMA Guru. Look at fucking Moicano is going to be on UFC 300, boys. Moicano is going to be on UFC 300. And imagine if he wins and there's a fucking Guru shout out and Ariel is just sitting there like, I've got to pimp myself out to boxing in Saudi Arabia to watch Jake Paul fight an Uber driver. And the MMA Guru is getting called out at UFC 300. That is such a win for like the common MMA fan. Don't you think? Yes or no in chat, Y or N in chat. Like, that is a massive win for the common MMA fan. So like, let's, the N, no? You don't think that's a win for the common MMA fan, bro? Fair enough. So, the Guru stream is what it is. It's still fun. It's better that Guru's here. All right, I gave you 2 weight bullies. I need to give you 1 more weight bully. 1 more big weight bully. You got Khabib. You got Daniel Cormier. Who was another one? Oh, why? Quite indifferent about it now. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Help me out in chat. Give me some more weight bullies. I'm thinking Jalen Turner, but that's just because he's recent. You know what I mean? Yes, Khamzat was one. Yes, Adam. Yes, Mo. Khamzat. Yes. Islam, I feel like it's the same thing as Khabib. You know what I mean? Same team, like Dagestani, same. But yeah, Khamzat is one as well, man. Khamzat's one as well. So true. Drickerson is relative to I'm still that tinier. It's a normal coffee mug, mate. What do you mean? Just because we're not from America where there's not a fucking big red, everything's fucking big. Leon Edwards is the new weight bully? I don't know, man. Leon Edwards Islam isn't a weight bully. He's never missed weight. Yeah, but he's got to drain himself down. And his own coach said, you know, what was it? IVs are allowed, Tony. IVs are allowed, you know. So there's like that thing of like, if he doesn't have IVs, can he makes it down? Sudoku, it's not a small cup. I just got big hands, mate. You know why? Because Australians in the UFC, big, girthy, thick. Oh shit, you're the you. It's adorable. So many Dagestani fighters at middleweight. It's a weight bully. You only consider them a weight bully if they're grappling based personally. You don't see Turner as a weight bully. You see him as a range bully. Yeah, I guess so. Because like if they're emaciating themselves down, Groomer, to like make the weight and then they're using all that extra weight to just lay on their opponent like DC, like Chimaev, that sort of is what is using their weight to their advantage. I hate to say this, but I agree with the MMA groomer. Fucking hell. I've never clipped that. Dougie just has big hands. Jamie, his mum got it for him. My mum did get me that one. That is from, good on you, mum. Legend. I think to be considered a weight bully, you have to miss weight at least once. Right, and because has Islam ever missed weight? You don't consider him one? You know what they say about big hands, mate? Big gloves. Paulo Costa, weight bully and steroids bully. True, bro. Paulo Costa against Marvin Vettori. Fucking hell. And he still couldn't put him down. Turner isn't a weight bully, right? He was able to make the weight. He was able to make weight on 5 days' notice. If you can make the weight on 5 days' notice, you can make the weight. Yeah. Like, fair, right? If you can do it, you can do it. But if you can't, like, if it kills you to make the weight and you literally need to be seen as almost cheating, like Cormier, like Chimaev, you know, just couldn't make the weight, had to switch up the entire card. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Khabib and Khamzat definitely are there, and Khamzat definitely are though. Nah, Costa's just a weight misser. Yeah. Western Mass, Costa's just a weight misser, probably because like he's not applying the weight onto his opponent. If you can make weight ASAP, then you definitely aren't one. Yeah, fair. Guys, I keep making this joke in my videos. What do you think about this? Give me some feedback on it. Is it moronic or do I kind of have a point, right? Nate Diaz, I'll fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. Didn't want to fight Chimaev over 8 pounds. Nate Diaz, is he hardcore or not? Is he hardcore or is he picking and choosing his fights? Like, because if you're going to fight anyone, anywhere, at any time, Marvin Vettori will fight Paulo Costa, like fucking 20 pounds overweight. You know what I'm saying? But Nate Diaz didn't want to fight Chimaev. What is your take on that? Give me some feedback on that. Because I love pointing that joke out, and I've never received any abuse for it in the comments, so I don't know if it's just going over people's heads. Christian Rodriguez is the biggest weight bully. He missed weight 3 times at bantamweight against undefeated prospects. Yeah, so fucking true. So true. And I remember like, and that was, it sort of got missed out on the uproar because of the way that fight went down. But there were a couple of people that brought that up as well in their like post-fight reactions. That's so true, Tony. Yeah. That is a weight bully. That is a weight bully right there. Like consistently missing weight and then going ahead and like just destroying prospects. So true. Cheddarhead. I don't even want to begin to guess what Nate Diaz is thinking. Nate Diaz is never thinking. Nate Diaz accepted the Chimaev fight. What you on about? Nate Diaz rearranged the entire pay-per-view because he didn't want the Chimaev fight because Chimaev missed weight by 8 pounds. 3 times in a row, not even separated. Nate Diaz doesn't even know what he says. Stand up. Stand up. Oh, shit. True C-Rod, he's one of the worst recently. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Anthony Jaden. Okay. $1 if you get this correct. Who's better, Nate Diaz or Jake Paul? Anthony, at what? Striking or combat sports or mixed martial arts? Because in the striking, Jake Paul was better. And therefore, Jake Paul is better. It's not a question of who was better, who is better. They had a boxing match. Jake Paul was the better boxer. It is what it is. Now, Anthony, if what? Nate didn't rearrange the card. UFC did. Nate didn't want to take the fight. Are you telling me that Nate accepted the fight and they just switched the card around for some other reason? Nate didn't want the fight when Chimaev missed weight. Back in the day when Nate was taking his career seriously, those moments before the Conor McGregor fight, when it was Conor McGregor's taking everything I worked for, that Nate Diaz was a better striker than Jake Paul is now. But Nate Diaz just doesn't give a fuck anymore. Anthony Jaden with the $1. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Guys, the donos help so much. It helps me come back and keep doing this stream. I appreciate it so much, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. The rearrange was all planned. Something fishy happened. Yeah, there is a lot of that. There is a lot of that rumor and conspiracy going around, though. But who would have known about it, right? Who would have known about it? Are you a goldfish? What are you talking about, bro? It was because Diaz had to spar the other dudes, and when he was done, he was tired. Serious Nate Diaz was something. Yeah, serious Nate Diaz was something else, man. You think the UFC told Khamzat to stop cutting weight because of all the backlash over the card, and they planned to rearrange it. 6 likes needed for us to break even. Like the stream, guys. Like the stream. Anthony, it's all good, man. Thank you so much for the $1, dude. I appreciate it. Every single one helps. Khamzat was shoving buffet food down of his gullet 2 days before the fight. You think it was all planned? Maybe. Maybe. We'll never know, man. We'll never know. Yeah, I don't like shit. No, I'm not a goldfish, by the way, Western Mass. I remember it. But I remember there being all this craziness about it because of he missed weight and the whole card got rearranged. But, I mean, the way that it was set up already, they've copped hate for worse cards and not rearrange them. Like, rearranging it is such a big deal and such a big conspiracy when we've had far worse cards in the past. Like, it wasn't the worst card ever. So I don't know. It just seems so odd for it to have gone down that way. It could have been a conspiracy, but we'll never know. We'll never know. Tony Ferguson was a beast, mate. Absolutely. It was definitely planned because they were getting a lot of hate. They've gotten hate before, though, man. Look at all the Canada cards. Every Canada card they get hate for. You know, what are they going to do? Serious Diaz and bloody Diaz were dangerous. Yeah, when back in the day when Diaz was switched on, absolutely. Jamie, what are we laughing at? Maybe they saw that the numbers were flopping. Holy shit! $10 US? Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the $10, mate. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Alvarez, Romeo, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Okay, so Cheddarhead. Maybe they saw the numbers flopped and they quickly stage a fake Holland backstage to rearrange, to drive up the pay-per-views. That shit I believe. That shit I believe they do backstage, for sure. Serious Nate Diaz was able to stop motivated McGregor. True, but the size difference was there, although their second fight was fucking phenomenal. Wonderboy refusing to fight Michael Pereira because he missed weight by like 2 pounds. Is more sus than Talbot. That's fucking funny, mate. Killer B. Would you rather get head kicked by Krokop? Fuck, that'd hurt. Or take 5 oblique kicks from John Jones. 1 head kick from Krokop. I feel like just 1 set of brain damage, get it over with, sleep it off. If I don't die and wake up, I can go back to work. But if John Jones like leg kicks the shit out of me, I can't work for 6 months, you know? And then the stream will really have to pick up. Can't convince me it was Nate's doing. Fair enough. Thoughts on Jake Paul and Mike Tyson? I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Bro said it is so wrong. Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby. They're US dollars as well. Do you know how far they'll get me in Australia? Yes, sir. You made me a fat Romeo. I appreciate it, man. Big ups for Romeo in the chat. Muhammad, 5 pounds. Oh, my God. Say it again. Alhamdulillah, brother. Alhamdulillah. It's different with the Muhammad. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. And thank you for all the work you've been doing in the Discord, dude. Keeping away fucking all the boys from Guru's chat, Cheddarhead, Western Mass, Cage. We had some problems in the fucking Discord, brother. My God, we had some problems. What's that biggest troll in Guru's chat? Starts with an S. He was in there. It's madness. Okay, Tony F1 MMA. It's different with the Canada card. 297 was perfect to rearrange because the top 3 fights were all welterweight. That's true, isn't it? That sort of lends credence to the conspiracy, mate. That sort of lends credence to the conspiracy. So true, man, because they're all welterweight, easy to go with, easy to rearrange. Autistics and some other ones. Sniff. That's the one. Sniff in the Discord. Fuck me. We ain't having any of that. Yeah, weirdos. They're just like regular Guru. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, let's keep it going. I got my small cup. My God, Mo, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Romeo, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. Let's press on. Khamzat Chimaev, first round. Cyril Gane about to get them. Jesus. Oh, no. Something has just popped up. Conor McGregor. Sniff is wild, but it wouldn't be the same without him. Let's sniff. Let's sniff, I say. I don't mind a bit of madness here in the stream. A bit of madness. But the Discord, we're like trying to build like some fun shit going down in the Discord. Don't need it in the Discord, especially like the levels that they were bringing. It was, you can imagine. Same, you should have added the Discord link. We threw this stream together in the last minute. It was either last minute or it wasn't going to happen. So it's all good, man. It's all good. Out of the UFC featherweight champions in the history of the organization, who is your favorite? Yeezer, eating some very good tamales. That's cool, mate. Good for you, brother. Good for you. I have no idea what that is, but you enjoy it, dude. Out of every UFC featherweight champion, hey, thanks, Cage. Legend, mate. Legend. Western Mass. That's why I'm not a Discord guy, I guess. Neither was I, but the stream wanted a Discord. The stream got a Discord. You know what I mean? Featherweight champions in the UFC history. Who are your favorites, right? You've got Holloway, Topuria, McGregor, Volkanovski, Aldo. Who are your favorites? Which one is the GOAT of the featherweight division? I'm looking at it now here on MMA Uncensored. Life by Jamie. It's not called that. Tamales. Oh, tamales. Did we have them when we were over in America? Say no. No. Tamales. No, we didn't have them. Western Mass, Volk. Volk's your GOAT. I think Volk has to be the GOAT, right? Has to be. Has to be. We got people in here saying Aldo. Max. Fuck, I'm so disappointed that Max might not get another crack at that belt. Someone has listed Life of DC. Yeah, bro. I'm not full. It might be my second day on the internet, but it ain't my first. From the most skilled to the worst, right? Check out this list. Most skilled from the worst featherweights. They've put Conor McGregor as the most skilled out of the champions. Second most skilled, Max Holloway. First most skilled, Conor McGregor. Second most skilled, Volkanovski. Third most skilled, Max Holloway. Fourth most skilled, Jose Aldo. And fifth most skilled, Ilia Topuria. That shit is crazy to me. Like, surely Volk has to be the most skilled when it comes to the wrestling, the kickboxing, the range control. Josh Emmett, the GOAT, mate. Aldo has lost every other person in GOAT contention at featherweight. Yes, that is true. Like, the thing is, like, Aldo's been there to fight them, and Aldo is still fucking amazing. Like, it's not like Aldo's been on a real slip. Amir, can I spit in your mouth? Not for free. Not for free. You're going to need a mouthwash, brush your teeth, and then slip like 100 grand into my bank account. And then we can discuss it. But not for free, mate. Got to go with Volk? Yeah, got to go with Volk. Cater about to be in the running? Nah, brother. What list is this? I've just jumped on a list on Twitter. They're asking, it's from MMA Uncensored, right? Out of all the featherweight champions in the history of the UFC organization, who is your favorite? We absolutely won't be discussing that. What's the fun if he uses the mouthwash? Wait, there was a spit in your mouth comment and he didn't get purged? That's what we let him through, mate. Who said that? Mr. Pibb, Granny Gumjob? Mate, come on, bro. Come on. You can do better than that. We got spit in your mouth comments. We need to up it up from a little bit of granny talk. How hilarious would it be if Aljo became the featherweight GOAT? It would be fucking amazing to see him come back and go on a tear. R.I.P. Diddy. He's still going. It ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. We don't know what the future holds for Diddy. It's not good, though. It's about the same as Julian Assange. About the same as Andrew Tate's future. On the same level. Pib, take a hike. Crazy that they were all considered GOATs of that division while they were champs. Ilia Topuria, will he ever be the GOAT of that division? Chandler with the US 99 cents. Thanks, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy your long Easter weekend if you guys have that. I appreciate it, Hap. I appreciate it. Homeland Security, FBI, and CIA all rating you as GG. Nah, mate, we'll be right. I'm in Australia, mate. It can't touch me, mate. I'm in the forest in Australia. That's why I'm live streaming off my phone. They can't find me. I'm out in the wilderness somewhere. No one cares, Logan Paul. You literally live on the beach. Don't tell them, Jamie. Ilia's confidence makes it easy to like him and easy to hate him. The thing, Tony, about Ilia's confidence, right, is that if he goes on a tear, like 4 or 5 knockouts as the champ, it'll be like that Israel Adesanya love to hate him. Like the confidence, it'll be similar to McGregor. The confidence will just be there and people will fall in love with him until he gets like embarrassingly finished. And then people will go, Pat Barry. I don't want that dollar from Pat Barry. Oh, filth, mate. Get out of the UFC. Thanks, Pat Barry. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. So, yeah, I feel like Ilia's confidence is going to go one of either way, and it all depends on his performance, right? Groomer, I fear Aldo is about to get finished by the leg kicks. I never thought I'd see the day he'd get favored. I fucking hope not, because I was watching those fights back, and the leg kicks are fucking scary. Is Life by Jamie your lady friend? That is the misso, mate. That is the misso. Dougie, do you train any martial arts? Or are you just a fan, brother? Just gets me through. Just gets us through the week. I just wanted to apologize for my comment. You don't have to apologize, dude. It's fine. We're having fun. It's all good, man. It's all good. I'm not James Lynch, you know? I'm not going to cry over a few mean tweets. I'm not going to get upset over a few mean comments, mate. It's all good, man. Cage, you be proud, Cage. What's up, Dan? How you going, man? What's up? All right, let's go through this card one more time. Jamie, do not listen to Cheddarhead. There's going to be some trolling shit going on. Whatever he's planning, do not listen to him. Pick wisely. Oh, no, she's playing the game. RIP, Jamie. MMA Joey with the dollar and a hot dog. Good on you, MMA Joey. It must be the real MMA Joey. Get well soon, Joey. I know you're constantly sick. RIP, RIP. Dan, you're eating ramen in prison while watching soap ASMR. God damn, brother. I mean, why are you in prison? Drop a story. MMA Joey giving up his hot dog eating money? Impossible. I know. That's why I can't be the real MMA Joey. But thank you so much. MMA Joey, thank you for the $1. I appreciate it, man. 99 cents. You know, in Australia, that's $2. That's legendary. Pat Barry, feels dirty to say it, but thank you so much. Whoa, I just came across this news on MMA Orbit. The next WWE event, next Battleground, whatever that is going to take place at the UFC Apex on June 9th. This is how much the merger is coming together of the UFC and WWE. So now you've got Michael Chandler, who signed to the WWE, and now some WWE events are going to be taking place at the UFC. No wonder the people that we're picking. Jesus Christ, Cheddarhead! Fucking hell, Cheddarhead. You're going to give me a heart attack, mate. Holy shit. Cheddar's in chat, boys. Cheddar's in chat. Jamie, get the red panties. Holy shit. Cheddarhead, legendary Cheddar. You deserve a dance for the chat. Oh my God, Cheddarhead. Man, you gotta let Cheddarhead spin your mouth. It'll be fucking cheese flavored, that's for sure. Jesus Christ. Cheddarhead, man, thank you so fucking much, dude. I appreciate it, man. I was gonna go out and work tonight on a public holiday, but fuck it. We're gonna stream. It's gonna 24-hour stream, boys. 24-hour stream, maybe not 24 hours, but you know, we're gonna fucking stream now, boys. We're gonna stream. Put it for drywall in chat, mate. Legendary. Imagine if she said 3. I know, right? Imagine if she listened to me and didn't play along. Fuck, I know. Cheddarhead, you're a legend, man. Thank you so much. Loving it. Jesus, loving it. Thank you, man. Thank you. Taito Ivasa. 13 hours ago on Twitter, Taito Iwaza has a new business and it's called Chronic Combat. Chronic Combat. Taito Iwasa is going to be selling weed legally in the US. Ty made a weed company. I know. Can you believe it? No wonder he doesn't give a fuck about fighting anymore. And he was on the piss literally a week before he headlined a UFC event on ESPN. Excuse me. Ty versus Cejudo would be a banger, only if it was in George Masvidal's bare knuckle MMA. Do you think, from Amir, Shedhead, man, again, thank you so much, dude. That is phenomenal, man. I appreciate it so much. Do you think that confidence can make a fighter stronger? Yeah, actually, I do. I was in the car on the way home from work. I was listening to the podcast that GSP just did. What's the name of his weed? It's going to be called Chronic Combat. I was listening to GSP talk to Henry Cejudo and Kamaru Usman, and they were talking about like the fear that you need to have and the mindset that you need to have as an active fighter going into a fight. And I do think like believing in yourself that you can do it makes a big difference. And I think we've seen a lot of that when it comes to just blind, wild confidence. You know, we saw it in early McGregor. We see it now in Topuria. I think you see it a lot, man. I think you see it a lot. Like if a fighter believes that he can win a fight, half the fight is just believing that you can win. You know what I mean? Like if Jeff Neal had more confidence in himself, he could have been the one to fucking knock out Ian Gary. So Amir, I really do think like confidence makes a fighter better. Dan, Ty looks good at bantamweight. Could you imagine Ty Tuivasa with a six-pack down at like, I don't know, light heavyweight? It'd be fucking scary, man. Jamie, what has been the best fight of 2024 so far? Ooh, that's a good one, man. I'm not good with shit off the top of my head. I don't know. What have you heard me screaming about a lot this year from the office? Jeez. I don't know. I can remember the best fight from last year. There was this kid with blonde hair, and they just ended up being fucking blood everywhere. And it was back and forth. Like it was one round each way. And it was on like a piece of shit fight night card at the Apex. And I remember just being like, fuck, that was a damn good fight. Or maybe Edson Barboza's comeback from last year at the Apex. But this year, I really can't think of one. I'll be back, pray in church. You found some lost UFC ticket on the day. Mate, I also pray that one day I will have enough $700 dues to sit at the back row of the UFC. But Dan, thank you so much, man. Western Mass, Chetty's so holding, mate. Cheddar is holding up MMA YouTube single-handedly. You're always screaming. You were literally screaming before the stream. Well, that's because the fucking YouTube wasn't working. I'm talking about when am I screaming in the office watching the fights. But no, I can't think of a good one from this year. I don't think Strickland Duplessis was Cheddar. You know what I mean? Ilya Volkanovski? I don't know. Whitaker Costa? Yeah, maybe. That might have been the best one. Because Strickland Duplessis wasn't that exciting, was it? It was because there was a lot on the line, but the fight itself wasn't that exciting, was it, Cheddar? You know, and then Ilya Volkanovski sort of just ended with Volk getting knocked the fuck out. Burns, JDM. Yeah, a lot of wet blanket wrestling from Burns, though. Great scrambles from JDM. I loved the scrambles from JDM. Muhammad, Dustin versus Benoit Saint Denis. Fight didn't go long enough. Salam alaikum, Habibi. Don't know if that's a fight, human. I think you're just trolling me, mate. Dustin Poirier, but Benoit Saint Denis didn't drag out for enough of a war. Who do I think is going to win between DDP and Strickland? Who do I think will win if there was a rematch, Romeo? I think Strickland will win because I think Strickland knows if he just pushes DDP a little bit more, he can outwork him. Poirier smoked that frog. Habibi means my love. Yeah, I felt like he was trolling me. Habibi, Habiballah. Oh, Habiballah. Habibi. Meccano Doba was good. Meccano Doba was good, Cheddarhead. Maybe that is the fight of the year so far. I'm greeting you in Arabic. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. I shall greet you in Australian, human. G'day, cunt. How you fucking going? That's for you, human. That's for you. You personally thought, right. I think, so in their first fight, Strickland versus Duplessis, the first fight, I think Dricus won that fight. Barely. I know Western Mass is going to come at me for this, but I still think Dricus won that fight. In a rematch, I think Strickland can dig deep and just push that 10% more that he needs to, whereas I think Dricus Duplessis gave it everything that he had. Does that make sense? Like, I think Strickland has a little bit more left in the tank where Dricus had to go at 100%. Jad S, you bet Trump will be in the audience watching that fight. Which fight, mate? Jad? Which fight? Human? You love it? That's how the Aussies grade each other, man. Welcome. Mohammed disagrees with me as well. You reckon Strickland won that fight? I think Dricus did enough. I think Dricus did enough, man. I think he did enough. UFC main events 2024. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Obviously, Rose Namajunas versus Ribas was probably the fight of the year. Or Rosenstrike versus Shamil Gaziev. Wake up, humans. We're endangered too. That's a great point, mate. What about the Mike Tyson fight? I think it's horrible. I think it's horrible that Jake Paul's fighting Tyson. I hate it. You thought it was too close to call? Fair enough. I think we're talking about Strickus DDP again. Cheddarhead. Rose's fight was fucking good. I sort of zoned out during it. Wake up, humans. You're all in danger too. His new one. Yeah, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Horrible. I think Jake Paul is going to hurt Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson is too old. He looks good in the gym training, but when it comes to a real fight, if it is a real fight and it's not scripted and Jake Paul actually wants to hurt Mike Tyson, I don't fucking like that at all. Western Mass. You completely disagree. Strickland won in your opinion. I know, mate. We've been over this. I know. And I appreciate your consistency to push on. Dricus will win a rematch, though. Maybe, man. Chad, I had no clue who won. Yeah, it was a tough one to call. I think Dricus did just enough. All fighters should take note and repeat, I'm the best. Cheddarhead, to be honest. Dricus, 2, 3, and 4, but they were all super close rounds in the fight, in Groomer's opinion. Pablo, what's up, brother? Welcome to the stream, man. Kevin, are you a girl or a woman? Do you see my beard, Kevin? Do you see my beard, mate? You see that? See that? Now, I know it's 2024, but generally, when there's a beard on a person, Mohammed, I'm being sarcastic about, I know you are, mate. I'm the best. I'm the best. Mike will lose because of money. What do you mean, Singer? You reckon like Mike Tyson hasn't got the fire in him anymore? It's not just because of age? Tony, I could convince you that Sean won. You couldn't. Mohammed, Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker was a good fight. That was a surprisingly good fight, wasn't it? Dricus du Plessis was too heavily damaged from round 2 to give it to Dricus. Okay. Strickland was undamaged throughout the 2 rounds. Kevin Reese, you're blind. How did you type that? I guess a Braille keyboard. Tony, we've been over this before. You know I'm going to do this. I'm going to go back and watch that fight again, rescore it, and then next time we're live, we can debate about it again. Because I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I remember watching it twice right after it, like when the pay-per-view was still fresh, and I was still sure that Dricus du Plessis had won that fight and done enough on damage to me. Reese, get better soon. Kinnan over there in his little room hating. Kevin over there in his little... Sorry, you can only hear. That's all right, Kev. That's all right, mate. You can still enjoy MMA. You can listen to the punches, to the sound. Respect, Kevin, for not assuming your gender. Maybe that's one way to look at it. Do you think Mike could really win against Jake? No. Bold prediction, Cheddarhead. And pay attention to the damage before and after the second round. People miss how damaged Dricus was from the round, from Tony F1. I will, mate. You know I will. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to rewatch that fight. All right? You know I will. Then we will discuss. Got to have all the facts. Yeah, man. I'm having that is my homework for this weekend. Go back and watch that fight. Oh no, I have to go back and watch UFC fights so I can enjoy talking about them in the chat. What a horrible life. I wish I was plastering. Mohammed, they're literally feeding Robert Whittaker to Chimaev. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm going to finish reading what you've said. So Israel can fight DDP. Yes, in that sense, they are. But in another sense, feeding sort of implies that Chimaev is going to destroy Whittaker. And I don't think he will. I think Chimaev is going to work his ass off to get Whittaker to the ground. And Whittaker is going to survive that first round, man. He's going to survive that first round. Singer, the UFC pay system sucks compared to boxing. I got thoughts. I got unpopular thoughts on the UFC pay structure, man. But you're right. It does suck compared to boxing. Nah, Mo, Strickland better not take the Bo fight. That's so Strickland versus Bo. Strickland needs to get the crowds going and demand that he gets the rematch. And if he doesn't get the rematch, he should get the rematch against the number one contender, the true number one contender, Jared Cannonier. Jared Cannonier is a year older. Jared Cannonier is coming off a horrible injury. Strickland won that fight against Cannonier. So Strickland could just take all of that hype around, all of that lack of hype around Cannonier, but all of that clout that he owns Cannonier with, take all of that and win, and then call himself the proper number one contender. That's what Strickland should do next. Go fight Jared Cannonier. What do you think of the UFC coming to Australia? Are you going to see it? I am not going to go see it. I am going to see... I can't afford it. I can't afford it. It's too expensive to sit up in the back row, not have any commentary. The beers here are ridiculously priced. I'd much rather just sit at home and watch it with you guys. But I do want to go to Eternal when they come to Melbourne. So I do want to go to MMA live this year and maybe like live stream at a bar before I go to the event, and then live stream afterward at a bar. Sumi, you reckon Whittaker by decision? So do I, man. So do I. Robert just needs to survive Khamzat's aggressiveness for one round. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Romeo. The UFC pay system is fantastic from the MMA groomer. Pay the newbies peanuts and give the bag to those that have earned it. That is true. That is very, very true. Not what my take was, but that is true. That slides into it. Soviet boxing style is better than any other style. Soviet boxing style is better than any other style. No? Explain more. Why are we not seeing more Soviets? Like, why are we not seeing more Russians dominate heavyweight boxing in boxing? They all seem to be Europeans or Americans. So I don't know a lot about boxing, but it just feels like that's not right because we'd see more Russians. I guess the Usyk. Is Usyk Russian, Mo? Let me know. Muhammad Ali, is Usyk Russian? Strickland won't fight Bo, never say never. You never know. You never know what Strickland will do. That's the problem with Strickland. He's so fucking crazy, he might say yes to it. Romeo, once Khamzat shows that he's tired, Whittaker will take the advantage. I agree with you 100%. How far is Perth from Melbourne? It is the entire fucking country. It's like New York to California. If you put them on a map, it's fucked. It's so much. Cage, you reckon Khamzat subs him in round one? Hopefully Bobby wins. I don't think he will, man. I think he's going to wrestle himself out. But hey, you never know. You never know. You know, if it does happen that way, come back, Cage, and laugh at me for an entire week. Just every week. Just start off the stream with, Doug, you were wrong, I was right. And I'll have to read it out for an entire week. Pablo, you want Khamzat to win. Pablo, everyone, by the way, is one of the OGs of the chat. Back in the day when it was literally just me rambling to myself for an hour, Pablo would jump in and say hi. So respect to Pablo and chat, man. You want Khamzat to win, but you feel like... Pablo, why do you want Khamzat to win? I feel like he's very inactive. And Jamie is one of the OGs as well, mate. The disrespect. Why? I feel like he's very boring on the microphone, Pablo. So what do you like about Khamzat? Modern Khamzat, 2024 Khamzat, once a year Khamzat. Cage is influenced by the American Hicks. Mohammed, you agree, right, that Usyk's that Soviet boxing style is one of the best. Usyk is from Ukraine, right? So he could be from that region of the world, man. Okay, I see what you're saying. Dmitry Bivol is Russian. Okay. I mean, again, I don't watch boxing. I really don't watch a lot of boxing. Like, we got to keep up with everything that's going on in the UFC and then try and watch one championship tonight and then maybe watch some Cage Warriors and then watch some Eternal. So I really don't watch that much boxing, to be honest with you. You know, to me, the most fun striking style in all of combat sports is Muay Thai. But when you put Muay Thai into MMA, it is not well-rounded enough to handle the rangy strikes from the different angles. Most of their fight styles are from that Soviet style, Mo. Okay, all right, thanks for letting me know, man. McKick Point. Hi, can I subscribe to your channel, please? Yeah, man, but it's $5 a month. You know, it's cheaper than Netflix. But yeah, but you can if you just $5 a month. Payments in the description. I'm just kidding. Of course, please subscribe. Have a good time. Okay, Pablo. Khamzat has a rough story, and he truly cares about people's chats. Yes, I'm with you. He truly cares about people in need for his country. He's a good person, and he puts in the work. I mean, if there's any reason to like a fighter, that's certainly a good enough one. Sort of like Marlon Vera. Fair enough. Fair enough. Arthur with the 100% KO rate. Okay. Triple G, another GOAT. I feel like we're talking boxing. But imagine fighting Khamzat with all the people he's got behind him and the powerful Russians. Imagine fighting Khamzat with all the people he's got behind him, all the powerful Russians. What do you mean, Pablo? What do you mean imagine fighting Khamzat with all the people he's got behind him? Like, I get his story. I get that. Are you just saying like the hype that comes with fighting Khamzat Chimaev? Is that what you're talking about? Yes or no from Pablo? Romeo, you're mainly a boxing guy, but MMA can be fun to watch, especially with friends. Nice, man. Nice. Boxing just sort of moved too slow for me. And there was too many different leagues and too many different divisions, and it was just too messy to get into. When I got into MMA, I knew that all I had to do was find one pirated link of the UFC pay-per-view. And then I could just go to the pub and watch UFC pay-per-views. It was very easy for me to consume as a alcoholic teenager getting into it. And then from there, it just became much easier to consume. So probably because the UFC was so streamlined as a young man, made it easier to get into. Muhammad, you'll stop there? Okay, fair enough, man. Singer, Muay Thai plus wrestling and MMA, what do you think? Yeah. I think Muay Thai allows itself to do really, really well with underhooks and sprawls, but it does need to be, I think all striking styles need to be well-rounded with the wrestling, obviously, or at least learn what JDM has learned. Like, don't just throw gillies. Work on your scrambling. If you're not going to be good at pressure wrestling, at least work on your scrambling and get-ups, you know? And Izzy did that really well, and Leon did that really well. Mekik Point. You're watching from Senegal. Cheers, brother. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the stream, man. What is this boxing you speak of? Cheddarhead, I'm with you, mate. Unfortunately, with boxing, you shouldn't follow promotions. Yeah, and that's what makes it so hard to consume. You got to follow like the fighter, and then you need to like figure out how to steal a different stream from a different. Like you got to try and steal a DAZN stream, or not that I would, but yeah, it just makes it hard to follow. Yes. I'm with you, Pablo. Yeah. With the one ruler of the country, Ramazan, and all the power that he has, yeah, it makes Chimaev like a formidable force, almost like Topuria. Like you're not just fighting him, you're fighting all of Spain. I'm with you, Pablo. I'm with you now. Muhammad, it's not streamlined enough. It's not, and that's what kills it, man. Makes it so hard to follow and really get invested in. Like UFC is so easy to consume as an entertainment platform, you know? You were this, Romeo, you were the same with MMA. You were confused that lightweight was like 155. Yeah. So because you knew about the boxing, how boxing was and the way it was structured, when you came over to MMA, it sort of confused you a little bit. Fair enough. Hap Chandler, Pereira versus Hill. Who you got? I got Hill. I think Hill is going to be creative enough with the striking. I think if Yuri Prohaska can put hands on him, I think Hill can put hands on him and then some as well. Cage, you think Muay Thai versus Judo is better than wrestling? Okay. Because Judo complements the Muay Thai style much more. That's true. When I was thinking through that scenario, Cage, I was thinking about how Muay Thai sort of naturally allows you to get your underhooks in, but then sort of what do you do from there? But you're right. With Judo, it's much more like weight balancing and trips, and it sort of complements itself more to Muay Thai, as Muay Thai is more like bouncy on the feet. That's a good point, Cage. Muhammad Ali, I feel like MMA fighters have the worst boxing striking skills because they try to be unorthodox compared to kickboxers, Muay Thai, etc. Muhammad, I think it's because they just have so much more coming at them. it makes it more complicated for them. They got so much more to think about. Whereas when you limit the striking to just boxing or just Muay Thai, you've got far less to worry about all the time. Why don't UFC hire Muay Thai? I think, they're just keeping it clean like MMA. But if you want to watch Muay Thai, in like 7 hours' time, there is going to be an amazing Muay Thai card coming out of One Championship. If you get a VPN and set it to Europe, you'll be able to watch it for free on YouTube. One Championships, Muay Thai is fucking phenomenal singer, so go check it out. T-Puffs, what's up with your voice? I'm fucking Australian, mate. Just picture JDM, cunt. Brandon Cope. John Jones versus Michael Bisping. I got Jones personally. Man, Brandon, that is a wild take. You've got John Jones over Michael Bisping. Crazy take, mate. Bit of a wild one, I think. I think the odds on that would be Bisping as favorite. Romeo Alves. A good site that also streams the big boxing MMA fights. So do I, mate. But, let's keep it. I'm talking about back in the day when I was first getting into it. It was hard for me to find the right streams. But now you just go to the same one. Yoshi Dougie is the GOAT. Thank you, mate. You're the GOAT. You're the GOAT of MMA YouTube watchers. Thank you, man. I appreciate you being here. Yoshi, message to the street. Ooh. What happened there, Yoshi? Mohammed, did you do that? Interesting. That's fun. Say it, Yoshi. Say it. Let's have fun. Pablo. You think Tom should have started a fight in the stands with John? It would have created a rivalry like Khabib and Conor. I think Tom Aspinall is just a naturally nice, easygoing guy. You're right. It would have been fun to watch. It would have been goated if Tom Aspinall just fucking pushed John Jones. But I can appreciate Tom Aspinall being himself. The Tom Aspinall that we're getting is 100% the real Tom Aspinall. How's my phone battery going? 22%. I'm going to need to plug that in at some point. Would have ended in him being arrested? Fair enough. Understandable. Singo, you think that One Championship is better than the UFC because one has so many different kinds of martial arts. I agree with you. I enjoy watching One Fight Nights more than watching UFC. I completely agree with you. I enjoy it more. But UFC is so big that you just sort of converge around it. UFC is more fun to watch because of this, because of the community that's around it. But if I just want to sink a couple of beers, if me and Jamie are having us nights where she's watching what she wants to watch, I'm watching what I want to watch, I come into the office and sink a couple of beers on a Saturday night and just want to zone out and watch some fun fights. We're not hanging out together. I will chuck on one most of the time because it is just more fun. Tom's too humble. Yeah, Cage, almost too humble to create those moments. But he can be off the cuff funny. So at least he can create moments like that. Brandon Coop. Is John Jones really the GOAT if he was on steroids most of his career? Brandon, what do you think? If he was fighting people that were on steroids, does it not even out? Now, to me, Mighty Mouse is the GOAT. But if you're taking John Jones out of it because of steroids, he was fighting people who were also on steroids. Dougie, what are the top 3 most attractive UFC fighters? The girl that Brian Ortega was dating, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and Misha Tate back in the day. He's still skilled regardless of the steroids. So true. Even when he stopped. So true. So true. Yoshi, he has to vote for the men only. Yeah, but he looks totally drained now. His face has changed so much. And it's mostly fat. And he no longer defends. It's mostly fat. Pablo, are you talking about Jones? You talking about Jones there? John Jones is a dirty fighter. He's not a GOAT. That's true. That's why, to me, he's not the GOAT. To me, Mighty Mouse is the GOAT. Would you trade women's UFC fights for UFC Muay Thai fights? Yes. 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 Groomer? Yes. 100% yes. Every day of the week? Yes. God, yes. Muay Thai is so fun to watch. I see one for free on YouTube sometimes early as fuck when I take my massive morning shits. Good on you, Cheddarhead. But once my poo is over, I stop watching. Cheddarhead, go watch one. Go watch one, Cheddarhead. Watch it. You'll fucking enjoy it, man. It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, Groomer, if we could have a one Muay Thai division, it would be fucking phenomenal. It'd be so good. Pablo Jones, yeah. All right, let's go back up to what you were saying. He does look totally drained now in his face. I just think John Jones spent 3 years trying to get himself up to heavyweight. And hang on a second, my phone is going to die. So I'm going to plug this in, but that means my Bluetooth microphone is going to die. So I'm now going to plug this in and then plug in a microphone. It's going to be a second of weirdness. And then we're going to talk about John Jones, why he's fat now. Nice out. Plug in. There we go. How's the audio? Do I need the microphone or is my phone's audio okay? Let me know. If the audio is shit, I'll plug in a microphone, but it needs to go into the nice ceiling. Thanks, my love. Yeah, let me know how the audio. Jamie, how's the audio sound? Okay, John Jones, right? John Jones, Pablo. He took 3 years and hit the gym consistently for 3 years to try and look like how he looked at heavyweight. Now he's blown out his fucking chest and he's going around the world. Audio is good. Thanks, Cage. He's going around the world, pissing up, getting into rugby tackles with the boys. It's bearable. Thanks, Jedhead. Yeah, so John Jones, right? He spent 3 years to try and become, phone audio is not bad. Thanks for most of mess. It's fine. Bit of an echo, but it works. Thanks, boys. So imagine, right, you got John Jones, took all that time, and then when he did come to heavyweight, with 3 years of heavyweight training, 3 years of trying to be a heavyweight, look at how he looked, guys. Look like, remember the physique. It was DC-esque. I'm not a boy, thank God, Jamie. So now, how is he going to look, right, after being out of the gym? Like, how the fuck is he going to bench press, deadlift, all the shit that he needs to do to be a heavyweight? He can't do any of that, and instead he's going around the world being on the piss. So Pablo, I think he looks like a 40-year-old guy who is eating like he is trying to bulk and instead just drinking. He looks like my tradie mates now, which is another reason why it's very hard to have him on the GOAT list, because he looks like a fat tradie while ducking Tom Aspinall. It's very hard for me to get behind John Jones. Pause. And that's the end of that sentence. What did I miss? Yoshi, what did I miss? John Jones has aged like milk, and he's talking so much trash about DC being fat. I'm so happy I went back to read that after what I just said, Yosh. Pablo, who you got for the Sergey fight? And by the way, that one fighter with one eye, that one fighter with one eye would be Michael Bisping, or the new one, the Shatter Bullet. Who you got for the Sergey fight? I think Pavlovich has got it. I think, like, remember how scary Ngannou was when he came back after finally being stopped by Stipe the first time? I think we're going to see something similar from Pavlovich. Like, he was on such a tear that now he's going to come back and hopefully work on his boxing a little bit more, because now he knows that he can be clipped. He looks like your neighbor. John Jones looks like your neighbor now. Eli, you saw him over at Room 40. Did you really? How did he look? Like a drunk dad? Yeah, I think he's scary as shit. Although I do think his first fight in the UFC was a little bit like, there's a bit too much hype on him. Like, he looks scary as shit, but I think he's manageable. I think we need to just slowly build him the way we've been slowly building Bo Nickel. Brendan, Sean O'Malley is the face of the UFC right now. Yeah, you're right, dude. He's the most entertaining. Yeah, he is. He's got the personality of a waterbed that's had a pin in it. Like, he's just flat. My mum would call him flat white bread toast. He's so boring with his personality, but his striking is fucking phenomenal. So we can give him that, Brendan. Which country can dominate the world of martial arts, but is still unsuccessful? Probably South Africa. Probably South Africa, I would say. They're so new to mixed martial arts, and they've already got like Dricus du Plessis, Cameron Simon. They've already got such a large amount of talent coming out of there already. And I would also have to say Australia as well. Like, we're still so young in MMA, and we're already up there in the top 15 in most divisions as well. So now that you've got like 14-year-old and 16-year-old kids who will be going to do MMA rather than play footy, mate, on the weekend, I think probably South Africa and Australia could make a resurgence. I think England needs to make a comeback. They've fallen off a bit. Chat ahead with the real questions. Is no one going to question why Shara Bullet's nipples are so pointy all the time? Maybe that is why they call him the Bullet, mate. Maybe that's why he's missing an eye, chat ahead. He looked down too quick. You know, he felt something get clipped when he was zipping up. You know, standing on the stool, shirt off, having a slash, zipped up, caught himself, looked down, nipple in the eye, chat ahead. What do you reckon? That's how he lost it. Shara Bullet's already gotten offered a movie role, but he'll be out of the UFC. You cannot be rich and be a cage fighter, at least early on. Pablo, Shara Bullet will win, broski. Have you seen Merab's encounter with O'Malley that he posted today? Apparently that was a fake O'Malley. I might have seen that one. Is that one where O'Malley just ignored him and walked through the door? I'm shocked at how good he is with one eye. I am shocked that he's allowed to fight with one eye, but that is probably why he's fighting in the United Arab Emirates, where the commission isn't as good, now that I think about it out loud. Who's Shara fighting again? Let's Google it, because I forgot it too. It wasn't Sean, it was a lookalike. Yeah, I thought so. What about in Asia? What countries in Asia? I don't know, man. It's hard to say because one does suck up the talent from Asia, doesn't it? I would say China has got untapped potential just because of the sheer numbers of the Chinese population and how athletic the Chinese really are. But then again, they're so athletic and dominate in the Olympics because of steroids. But then so do Russia. I think once China figure out how to cheat the new UFC drug testing system better, then China will be able to be the dominant force. Because I feel like the Japanese and, you know, the Vietnamese, everyone from the other regions in Asia do sort of get pulled into Ryzen and one championship. Cage, it's Ihor Pateria. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you. Didn't have time to Google it. Life is fiction. You're an incredibly well-groomed and handsome as fuck. Yeah. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. If he takes him to room 40, it's pretty much dust for him. You're talking about John Jones going to room 40. Is room 40 like code for some sort of sus bar in Miami? Do I even want to type that into my Google Chrome? Oh, God, I'm doing it. I'm typing it in. I've no idea what it is. And Sean accepted Merab's fight offer and thinks the winner should fight Topuria. I love that Sean finally accepted Merab's offer. I do love that about Sean. As not interesting as he is on the microphone, the fact that he listened to the fans and is going to fight Merab is fucking cool, man. It is fucking cool. So for O'Malley to do that, really, really impressive. What percentage of the UFC fighters do you think is on the Secret Juice? Damn. I think quite a few fighters out of South America are on the Secret Juice. I don't know why. They just always seem incredibly ripped with a lot of cardio. You know what I mean? I think I do have to say, you know, from the Australian side of things, all of CKB. Yeah, Cage, I was about to say that. All of CKB. The guys down in New Zealand and Australia, like Alexander Volkanovski's cardio is fucking impressive, isn't it? It's fucking impressive, isn't it? So yeah, like I'm not gonna like hide behind the Aussie flag there. I do think like a fair amount of the CKB fighters, maybe even Volk, is on the sauce. I tell you one thing though, I don't think Sergey Pavlovich is on the juice while we're talking about who's on steroids and who isn't. Sergey Pavlovich, when you go back and watch his not amateur fights, when you go back and watch him in the Russian league, in a league called Fight Nights, Russia Fight Nights, also free on YouTube, he had six-pack abs and veins going down him, man. He looked like shredded as fuck. And then he came over to the UFC, right? And he just sort of became like that skinny, not skinny fat, it's fucking Sergey Pavlovich, but he became that like puffy muscle, you know what I mean? Not defined. So I do think Sergey Pavlovich actually got off the sauce. Eli, so we are saying that Room 40 is a bit of a, how you going? A bit of a Talbot club? Is that what we're saying? You might see Gordon Levitt in there dancing around. Do you think I think you should go to UFC Australia. It's probably not going to happen for a long time, and it's a really good experience for MMA fans. I think the UFC is going to come to Australia at least twice a year, at least once a year. They're going to Perth, right? If I go to the UFC in Perth, it is going to cost me $1,000 in flights. It is going to cost me $700 to sit at the back row. I'm then going to want to drink a fair bit. So it's probably going to cost me maybe $400 in piss for the night. It's going to, yeah, it might get up to a $2,000 week for me just to watch the UFC at the back row. And then I won't be able to live stream with you guys. Now for $2,000, I could probably go to Thailand and watch one. You know what I mean? For $2,000, I could probably go to Thailand and watch one in the front row. But Pablo, that doesn't mean I'm not going to go to fights. Like I said, when Eternal comes to Melbourne, I'm going to go to that. When me and Jamie go to Southeast Asia, I will make sure to go to some Muay Thai fights. You know, if the channel grows one day, who knows? I'll go to proper UFC events. One of my bucket lists is to go to International Fight Week in Las Vegas because my birthday is in July. So that is one of my bucket list goals. And we'll see what happens, you know. If I ever become half of the MMA guru, I mean, I'm already half of the MMA guru, but like if my channel becomes half as big as the MMA guru, we'll do that, Pablo. And we'll go together, you know. We'll make it a live stream, vlog it. We'll figure it out, man. Yoshi, times are tough, bro. Times are tough. Brandon, I want to go to the UFC, but I get a better view from my TV. When it was Israel Adesanya versus Anderson Silva, that was in Melbourne, and the ticket prices weren't as crazy back then, and I seriously considered going to it. Instead, I had a barbecue in my backyard. We had all the mates over. It was brilliant. I put the TV out, put it in the backyard. Yeah, man, sometimes just watching it on TV is better. Shadowhead, you spent $3,500 for 2 tickets to the UFC at UFC 298, and I didn't even have the best seats. You were like 30 rows from the octagon. I hope you enjoyed it, man. That's the thing. Like, money's relative. If you've got it to spend and enjoy, go nuts and enjoy it. Cheddarhead, you got the money to spend it and enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know, Cheddarhead. Did you enjoy it? Oh my God, Donald Trump, the Trump is in my stream. This is crazy. Cheddar, did you enjoy it? Did you think it was a fun experience? Dude, if you do a gambling live stream and you win up to 2K, you go. I mean, if I get given 2K to go to UFC in Perth, I would do it, right? Like, that would be, we would have to do it, right? Me and Jamie would get in the van, we would fucking road trip down to Perth. We were talking about this last year. We wanted to make a vlog, me and Jamie, and call it Road to the UFC. But yeah, if we had the funds to do it, we would fucking do it, man, for sure. Donald, the Trump. I live in Australia, one of your Five Eyes countries. Did you see all the celebrities in Miami? Did I see? I saw them on the broadcast. But it is funny, guys, how they didn't show Nate Diaz on the Miami broadcast, isn't it? Very, very funny. The UFC trying to keep Nate Diaz under wraps, you know what I mean? Cheddarhead, you were at UFC 295. It was a good card. But 3,500 is yeah. Is that they're never this expensive before. Yeah, I feel like ever since whatever happened to us in 2019, 2020, the UFC have just decided like, fuck it, let's open up the ticket prices. Let's see how much people are really willing to spend on this shit. You know what I mean? Cheddarhead, what did you think of the stoppage live between Alex Pereira and Yuri Prohaska? Oh, shit. That's interesting. Let me open that up. Groomer, going to see MMA live can be a coin flip as far as the view. Yeah, okay. The last event, you paid for good seats, and half the time the action was blocked by the cameraman. That's the thing, man. It's just so fucking dicey with what is going on. Like, Cheddarhead's talking about spending so much money, and you literally don't know which way, like, you're going to be facing, how it's going to go. Is the card going to be good? Is it going to be shit? Like, in Australia, it is literally like $11 for mid-strength beers. It's embarrassing. So, yeah, man. It all depends. Oh, shit. The police are at my house. That's crazy. Brandon, what keeps the UFC going? Because it seems like people are getting annoyed, and the more organizations are coping and creating more entertaining fight, and more organizations are copying and creating. Brandon, the UFC pushes on because it is the one that everyone watches, right? Don't even look at it from me, because my channel is the most quiet channel in the world. The PFL, Brandon, put together the PFL versus Bellator, and they did their own version of Embedded. And I shit you not, when PFL versus Bellator, the two biggest organizations in MMA, came together, their vlogs were getting something like 1,000 views, 3,000 views, 5,000 views. No one gives a fuck unless it's the UFC, because it's on ESPN, and it's because the one that everyone gives a fuck about. As long as people keep paying attention to it, the UFC can keep giving us shit Apex cards, and we're just going to keep following along. Until the PFL opens up its rule set to have knees to a grounded opponent and elbows, and starts learning how to storytell, people are not going to leave the UFC. People are not going to stop watching the UFC. Donald Trump, I invite you to America. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, I can go anyway. I don't need you to invite me to America. I can just go. Like, I can get a visa. It's not hard, mate. I'm from Australia. Yeah, Nate Diaz is getting slept on. It's sad because he's a really good person and helped bring up the UFC. Absolutely, Pablo. Absolutely, man. It's weird. They're like blacklisting him. They're like, how dare you leave the UFC? 298 in Anaheim. You saw Volk die, left sad. Yeah. Fuck, man. I couldn't imagine that. I couldn't imagine seeing Volk knocked out in front of me live. I'd be in fucking tears, man. Pablo, you can see that the ticket prices paid off Dana's home gym, office gym, personal trainer. Yes, yeah. The ticket prices are definitely adding to it. Cheddarhead didn't get blocked by any cameras. Fair, man. You can send some vids. Yeah, put them in the Discord, brother. Put them in the Discord. Yep. Cage with the Discord link. Nice. Pablo, what is up with the UFC leaving ESPN? Dana said the Khamzat card. Can't click on that, Cage. Interesting. You never know what Cage is going to get up to. They're just doing a one-off at the ABC. I think they have a deal to do 1 or 2 ABC events. You can send it in Jerusalem. Try copying and pasting it. I can put it in the. I'll put it in the comments after this stream, because I've got to leave. I'm on my phone, so I've got to leave the window and go to Discord and copy and paste it. So I'll put it in the comments after this stream. I'll pin it to the top. If you guys are enjoying this, you can go to the Discord. I update when I'm going live in the Discord. Muhammad is the GOAT of keeping that Discord in line, because shit can get crazy in there. So Muhammad is the GOAT of keeping that in line. UFC on ABC, it's just part of the... Just put your link in the description permanently, dude. That's true, Jamie. Thank you. This is why you're the boss of social media, and I'm the idiot in front of the camera just talking about the UFC. Parash, WWE was scripted, and that broke my heart, bro. You know, when I was a kid, mate, I was with you. I was 100% with you. Me and my brother used to stay up watching WWE as kids, and then when we found out that was all fake, it fucking did our head in.
And we were so young as well. We were like 6 or 7 years old, and it used to be on a channel called SBS in Australia, up late at night. South Park would be on, and then the WWE would be on, and that's what we would watch as kids. It was fucked. Yeah, definitely join the server chat ahead. I want to see them. Randy Orton is still your guy. Do you have a video of Volk getting slept? Wolf Chief, join the show late. What you got? Whitaker or Chimaev? Wolf Chief, how are you, brother? Welcome to the stream, man. I have got Whitaker being able to hold off Khamzat Chimaev for that first round, and then Chimaev gassing. I think his lungs are seriously jeopardized from whatever happened to him during COVID. Jerusalem is just another Discord server. It's for the Guru community. Oh, there we go. There we go. Literally, until I started doing these streams, did not do Discord at all. But there we go. We're off and kicking in the Discord. So, yeah, get the Guru community mixing with Dougie's Corner. I don't know how that's going to go down. Jesus. I'm not doing impressions forever. No, because I can't do impressions. I suck at them. But, hey, at least we can keep things streamlined in MMA in this one. Wolf Chief, who do you think is going to win that fight? Who do you have? If you were going to put down $100, who would you put it on? Chimaev or Whitaker? Pablo, you think the UFC needs some massive athletes and other like Connor to bring the UFC to the next level? I don't know, man. I feel like what Dana's doing, his plan for the UFC now, is going to take us to that next level. Like, if you go and watch soccer or cricket replays on YouTube, you will see that they dwarf the UFC's numbers generally. So what Dana is trying to do is get entire countries behind young up-and-coming fighters. So it creates this like soccer level event. There is still so much growth to happen in the UFC. And I think what Dana and the UFC's plan is to make the way that he put the flags around the belt, right, is to make the country and the region that is being supported the star of the show. So that way, when you do have a Conor McGregor or a Francis Ngannou or a Nate Diaz who is trying to big dog the UFC and get paid what boxers get paid, Dana White can just tell them, we don't fucking need you. Get out of here. It's about the countries and the fans in those countries. Wolf Chief reckons that Chimaev is going to win that fight. You think that he's going to get him in round one, or do you think he's going to go the distance, Wolf Chief? Devin, open up the UFC in different countries. I think the best thing the UFC could do, Dev, is open up performance institutes all over the world. I think if the UFC dropped like, what do you reckon, 20, 30 performance institutes all over the world? Mason, hey, Dana just announced the main event. Dana White doesn't need you. Mason, Dana Pink just announced the main event of 302. Did he? I'm on it. Not sure. Perth card going to be good. They have the money. Oh, that's cool. Why not have belts per region that seed into a global champion? You see, Lavender, this is what I was talking about, where if one championship grew a brain, they could overtake the UFC. We were just talking before about why do people still follow the UFC, even though they seem to be screwing up so much. Imagine this, right? One championship has knees to a grounded opponent and elbows, because they already do their regional shows like you're talking about, Lavender. So you have a competition that is merit-based, MMA, globally, with a more violent rule set than the UFC. That could steal fans from the UFC. But instead, they've got this watered down rule set. And if in Australia, I can't watch all of the PFL. I can't watch PFL Europe and Australia because it's region blocked. It's region blocked. They need to have all the regions opened up and have it as like a global ranking system. And then, like you said, you could have the championship, the champion of a region. So you could have like the regular PFL season, the champion of a region, and at the end of the regular PFL season, you could have the champion of a region fight the PFL season champion for like PFL gold, like proper championship stuff. The PFL could be so interesting if they just tried a little bit harder. Brandon Moreno will fight Manel Cap after he KOs Matias. Brandon Moreno is stepping away, man. UFC has a crazy fan base that will watch anything. Yeah, but MMA fans will watch anything, you know, and if it's good enough, MMA fans will follow it. The thing is, what's holding up the UFC right now is the casual audience. I'm telling you, man, even if MMA Guru releases a video on the PFL, no one will watch it. The casual audience just isn't there. And the PFL can build themselves into something bigger. Pablo. Yeah, also surprised there hasn't been a death inside the cage. It's a brutal sport. There's been deaths in soccer, but not UFC. Just give it time. It will happen. It will happen. And Pablo, between you and me, I am shit scared that Vicente Luque might be the first death in the UFC. If he gets slept badly with already having brain scarring in his brain, not good, man. Wolf Chief, I love those one rules. One championship tonight live. It's going to be sick. It's going to be sick. I'm up for it. Pablo and boxing. Pablo, I'm surprised there hasn't. Oh, yeah. I'm with you. And boxing. There has been a death in boxing. True. There's been a death in cricket, mate. In cricket. Someone got a cricket ball to the head. Game over. UFC puts on. Chai Man, how you going, brother? Welcome to the stream. UFC puts on horrible cards because the fans will watch. Yeah, exactly, Mason. Exactly. Chat ahead. I sent some action over to the Discord. Thanks, brother. Thank you. I'm going to scroll through it at the end of the stream. Although, I think tonight's the night that me and Jamie are going to sit down and finally watch Roadhouse. Jamie, what do you reckon? Put a yes or no in the chat. We watching Roadhouse tonight? Super Kennedy. What is up with my cock being so small? It isn't, Super Kennedy. My cock is fucking massive. I just did a tier list on the biggest penises in the UFC, and I gave it to the Australians. So take that, mate. Okay, Gladiator. What about it? We are watching Roadhouse tonight? Oh, yeah. Is it the fault of journalists not covering organizations enough? Chai Man, how are you, brother? No, I don't think it is. I think it's the fault of Wolf Chief. I think it's the fault of PFL and Bellator putting on dud fights, and it's so hard to get the casual audience to really pay attention to bangers, you know? To cards with dud fights in them. Like, Bellator just seems like you're watching the B leagues of MMA. Yo.
Someone just knocked on the door.
Get the fuck out of here. Hang on 1 second, stream. Let me mute for. I'll be right back. Someone's at the apartment. I think I'm getting swatted. The neighbors were having a tiff. And the police came around to see what was going on. Anyway, sorry about that. Oh, shit. All right, let's get back to it. All right, Roadhouse looks dumb. Roadhouse does look dumb. Thanks for hanging around for anyone that did hang around. I appreciate it. Roadhouse does look dumb, but it's going to be like it's Friday night here on a public holiday weekend. It's going to be a fun movie to just like kick back and watch. Super King, thanks. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Where am I hearing this come back from? Is your phone on?
No, my headphones.
Your headphones are on. You're listening to. I could hear myself.
Sorry.
You're all good. Damn, imagine getting swatted. I didn't think I got swatted, but someone was knocking on the door. Just expensive. Those seats would have been $200. Yeah. In 2015, Shedhead, the prices were extremely different. That's why when it was Israel Adesanya versus Anderson Silva, I was seriously considering going. They called. You should have filmed a free MMA fight. They called the cops on me. No, someone so before when I was like, oh shit, something's going down. Jamie sent me a WhatsApp of what was going on out the front, and there were cops out the front, and then someone's come knocking on the door. It's madness, mate. It's madness. It's public holidays. People are with their families. Shit's going crazy. It's all good. It's all good. They didn't call them on me. Like they were just knocking on the door to be like, what the hell's going on around here? I think we've had the neighbors blow up before, but anyway, it is what it is. MMA Grill. Nothing says you've made it as an MMA YouTuber like getting swatted. Mate, getting a $50 cheddar head donation and swatted in my first month of MMA YouTubing, it doesn't get any better than this, boys. This is what it must feel like to be the guru. So dumb. It's so dumb. Anyway, back on track, right? Back on track. What were we talking about? We were talking about the ticket prices. We're having a damn good chat about the bloody ticket prices and how much they've gone through the roof. We were talking about why no one cares about the PFL and what they can do to care about the PFL. And we are talking about UFC 305 coming to Perth. Apparently that has been announced as well, just seeing now here on Twitter. From Benny P, the #1 insider for Australian MMA. And how that is going to be a $2,000 weekend for me to go down to Perth, which I am not interested in doing. I'd rather watch it here live with you guys. A neighbor beef here in Texas usually ends with guns being drawn and no hands being thrown. Yeah, in Australia, it's a little bit different. In Australia, it's just a lot of the family getting fucking wasted, beefing with each other, screaming with each other, and then the cops rocking up, telling everyone to just keep it down a bit, you know? If I was the PFL, I'd legalize cage grabbing immediately. Honestly, if just the PFL opened up their rule set to be a little bit more violent, it would help a lot. Because then they could say that they had the toughest sport in MMA. Not the toughest sport, the toughest competition in MMA. Like the 1 year title run, the 1 year regular season in PFL with soccer kicks and elbows would really draw the bloodthirsty MMA audience. Oh, what's my take on the guy? I was just looking at that on my screen. Igor Soriano speaks out for the first time since the infamous biting incident and reveals that his family has been receiving death threats. My take on it is he shouldn't have been cut from the UFC, to be honest. Pride Fight League. My take on it is he shouldn't have been cut from the UFC, right? Like, he should have been fined, maybe not gotten his purse, maybe not fought for 12 months, not been fined. But I think he's a good prospect that the PFL are probably going to snatch up now. So I think they should have had some repercussions. But also, I think Chris Taglioni should have some repercussions as well. Because Igor got so angry at Chris Tione not stopping the fence grabs, the elbows to the back. Like, he felt like he had nothing else to do except lose his shit and clamp down on it. So yeah, I think cutting him was a bit too much, but he definitely should have been fined and maybe stopped fighting for 12 months. And Chris Tione should be fined as well. Referees should be fined for not enforcing rules, like Cheddarhead grabbing the goddamn cage. Like, there are so many times where the rules just get flouted and there's no repercussions for them. Cheddarhead, except they did the opposite and made elbows more illegal. Yeah, they've watered down the MMA rule set. Like, who wants to watch MMA with less rules? It's not interesting. It's not interesting at all. And then because the PFL is this regular season, you got fighters who try and coast and get as little damage as possible when they should be awarded for, like, they have the smart cage so we can see how many strikes they throw. Really, like, to make the PFL more exciting, open up the rule set, and then if they throw like over 100 strikes, over 200 strikes, over 300 strikes, pay them more. Like, put bonuses down for strikes. Because instead, at the start of the PFL regular season, you got these fighters going, fuck, I got a long year ahead of me. Let's take it a bit easy for the first 3 fights. You know what I mean? Not interesting. MMA Groomer. Thoughts on BKFC, Masvidal's bare knuckle promotion? I wish Dana would have pursued the bare knuckle avenue for the UFC instead of putting effort into power slap. BKFC is really fun to watch when you want to watch some messy scraps. It's really fun. Masvidal's bare knuckle, I watched it once. He was paying the fighters in crypto. I don't know. I think I got to watch it a few more times to really like it. And Dana putting effort into power slap, you're right. If we had a UFC level production of bare knuckle FC, that would be fucking awesome. Instead, we have dog shit power slap. Pablo, got to head out, man. Man, Discord, they'll be in there for notifications. Thanks for jumping on this stream, man. It's been fun. We've had it all. We've had the police. We've had donos. We've bloody had it all, boys. It's been amazing. Cage. Every fighter should cheat in all of their fights. There's never any repercussions. Yeah, man. That's what I'm like. You get one eye poke, one groin strike, one elbow, 12-6, one cage grab. Like, if you shot O'Malley, you get 5 or 6 cage grabs. You're absolutely right. Like, they should throw in some cheating because they're not going to get, like, pretty much you get one cheat per round, it seems like. They're the rules. If they legalized the cage grabbing, it would eliminate all wet blankets. Thanks, my love. Appreciate it. You're a queen. You're a queen. I got brownies. Yeah, man. And, Cheddarhead, if they legalized the knees to a downed opponent, you're right, cage grabbing would eliminate all the wet blankets, but also the knees to the downed opponent would make people think about throwing takedowns more, because if they failed those takedowns, they would be in the perfect position to get kneed in the fucking head. Bare knuckle is brutal and fun to watch. Yeah, Wolf Chief, it is. It's real fun. Thank God they got Mike Perry, because he is bringing that promotion alive. He just brings eyes to it. Singer, I don't watch cricket. I find it insanely boring. My dad loves cricket. My brother really likes cricket. I can't watch it. I got into it a little bit when I was in India for 3 months. They had the T20 on then, and it was one of the few things that had English commentary. So I ended up watching it for a bit. But apart from that, really can't get into it. Cage. Power slap gets shit on too much in your opinion. Everyone loved the Russian slap fighting, and power slap is honestly decent to watch. Yeah, I think it's just how much it gets pushed down our throats, Cage. You know, because like every time you're scrolling through your UFC feed on Twitter or on Instagram, it's a power slap post. Like if it wasn't pushed down our throats so much, it probably would be a lot easier to digest. Like I've watched it on Rumble once. I had a decent enough time with it, but that's about all it's good for. Like it's just scrolling through TikToks. You know what I mean? Cricket is boring as fuck. Yes, cricket is boring as fuck. T20 can be fun, but it's just like, I don't know. I got no fizz for it. Like I said, I watched the T20 when I was in India, but yeah. I got no fizz for it. Gives me no juice. Cheddarhead, power slap in a bar is perfect. Yeah, I think if they just allowed power slap to be and to happen rather than making us like power slap, it would have gone a lot better. Because like you guys were saying, like slap competitions became popular on their own before Dana White decided to Zuffa them up, before he decided to make them his own. Mohammed, you know what I keep seeing a bunch? Car jitsu. It's pushed down your throat as much as power slap. Mate, it's what was another one that I was seeing? Pillow fights in an octagon. And then in Russia, phone booth boxing, where they'll put them in a fucking phone booth and make them box. All sorts of shit on the internet. All sorts of shit. Wolf Chief can't get behind power slap. Try and watch one event all the way through on Rumble and see how you like it. Because there is like an element of fun to it when you're waiting, that countdown of the 3, 2, 1, waiting for the slap and then seeing someone get knocked the fuck out. There is an element of fun to that. I don't get that they created Zuffa boxing and never did any events. They should use that for bare knuckle. Maybe they plan to. Maybe they got pushed out of it in Vegas. There's a lot of dirty money in boxing. The UFC in Vegas with the Nevada State Athletic Commission have a lot of leeway to be allowed to do what they want to do and then to grow into New York as well. Boxing tried to keep them out of New York. Maybe boxing and MMA somewhere behind the scenes figured out this sort of like, let's exist as powerful equals and as enemies, like a bit of a Cold War stalemate. Maybe that's what happened behind the scenes, because Dana was talking a lot about getting into boxing and then it all just sort of went away. You know what I mean? It just sort of disappeared. Phone booth boxing is hard. Yeah. What about, yeah, we saw that on Instagram the other day. Jamie and I was scrolling Instagram, and Japan, they had full-on bed-making competitions. Like, the fucking, you can gamble on anything, man. You can gamble on anything. Cage, that's a good point. I don't get that they created. Yeah. That's just my personal conspiracy theory on it, because it did just sort of go away. So the guy Igor Severiano, who did the biting last weekend, Igor Severiano, he says he remembers everything that was happening during the fight until he got really hard with something. He got hit really hard with something. He watched the video later and thought it was an elbow. From there, he was on autopilot. He doesn't remember anything. If you look at the fight, people come up to me and they say, hey, you were winning that round. Why did you do that? There was nothing to justify him biting. I think what he's saying is he just went into autopilot. Brandon, what was the message, mate? Come on, don't delete it. Unless he misspelled something, which is fine. I misspell things all the time. So maybe he was concussed and is a fighter that went into survival instinct. If that's true, right? If that's true, it is even sadder that he was cut from the UFC, because he was a great young prospect. And if he was concussed and his body was just in fight or flight autopilot, I'm going to fucking die in this cage, he spit out the mouth guard and bit down. These are things that are going to happen in a cage fight. You know what I mean? It's a messy arena. It's a messy environment. And especially when dudes are being knocked out and concussed, there was a fight where Cowboy Cerrone got messed up and his coaches literally told him, do not blow your nose. Do not blow your nose. And he'd gotten beaten up so bad and his head was so rattled that he blew his nose anyway, after his coaches literally just told him not to do it. Because you're just sort of rattled in there. You love that Igor bit the opponent. It's fucking hilarious. I mean, it was the best thing to come out of the weekend, wasn't it? Wasn't it the best thing to come out of the weekend? Jesus, man. Wolf Chief doesn't buy that excuse. Chewing on that Lima pack. We're not smoking on that pack. We're chewing on it. Brendan, yeah. I think Tony Ferguson screwed himself over with David Goggins. Yep. 100%, mate. 100%. Alhamdulillah. 100% true. Tony Ferguson does not need endurance training, and he needs mental help, but he doesn't need mental toughness coaching. They are the two things that Tony Ferguson is still the GOAT at. His endurance and his insanity to keep pushing through fights. Look at the armbar that Oliveira had him in, and he just pushes through. You can see the look on Goggins' face during that fight. He knew he fucked up. Yeah. Goggins like has the entire MMA community looking at him like, what are you going to do, Goggins? And like we all know about David Goggins. He's in the MMA world because he's just one of those like tough blokes that rolls around the internet. Like if you're aware of MMA, you're aware of David Goggins. And then there he fucking is behind Tony Ferguson. And he's just got this look on his face like, oh, I fucked up. Does David Goggins even know anything about MMA? He can just run for hours. He can't fight. I'm sure he can fight, right? He is a trained Navy SEAL. I'm sure he can fight in hand-to-hand combat. But there's this interesting video going around right now, this debate that's going around right now. Sean Strickland thinks that he can beat a Navy SEAL in a fight. And the Navy SEALs have been clapping back at Sean Strickland and being like, you talk about boxers fighting under a limited rule set. You fight under a limited rule set. Like the way that Navy SEALs have been trained to do hand-to-hand combat, they're literally talking about eye gouging, nut grabbing, nut twisting, dick twists. They're talking about all the ways that like a man can kill another man. Absolutely, he can beat a Navy SEAL. Well, this is the argument from the Navy SEALs. And if you look at Sean Strickland's fights, right? Sean Strickland is all about that jab, range control, jab, tape, block a leg kick, check a kick. Whereas a Navy SEAL will dive at you and then go like beast mode on you. Absolutely beast mode on you. Like tear your eyes out, rip your ears off, knee you in the groin. Things that an MMA fighter aren't going to do and aren't trained for, So there is a very interesting discussion there of like, you put Sean Strickland, what is Sean Strickland, 185 pounds? You put Sean Strickland in there with another 185-pound trained Navy SEAL, no rules, and let's see who walks out. You know what I mean? Brandon Coop, Sean Strickland as a G. You reckon? I think he's a bit of a bully, mate. I think he was a bit of a high school bully. Dirty fighting, like Krayev. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they are the King Shorts. G'day, mate. How you going? Welcome to the stream, brother. Who do you think's going to win out of Robert Whittaker versus Chimaev? I guarantee you, Strickland has a mean dick twist in his arsenal. Well, that's the other thing, Groomer, right? Like, if you unleash Sean Strickland to UFC 1 rules, where anything can happen, who wins in a fight to the death? Sean Strickland or a Navy SEAL? I don't know. It's interesting. Like, there's also muscle memory to think about, Groomer. Like, Sean Strickland has trained the exact same moveset for like 10 years now. So your body does go into autopilot a bit. So would it do that in a fight to the death? Or would it be like fucking Severiano, where he just goes into full, I'm just going to bite this cunt mode. Just start biting ears off. Just start chewing on shit. You know what I mean? Danush, hey, motherfucker, where are you from? Australia. It's going down in Australia here as well today. It's fucking all shit's breaking loose. It's the public holidays. People are on the piss. There's cops everywhere. It's madness in Australia, mate. That Navy SEAL thinks that Sean will follow the rules in a fucking... Yeah, I get what you mean. Like, Singer, like that Navy SEAL thinks that Sean Strickland is just going to come at him with the MMA rule set when Sean Strickland will like happily come at him in a fight to the death. Cheddarhead. Within a second? Which one, Cheddarhead? Navy SEAL or Sean Strickland? The King Shorts. Who's better, Google or Siri? I mean, they're both sort of brave browser, or E incognito search tool, No, none of this controlled opposition, mate. Sean's gonna fill his shell with his fucking hips when the Navy SEAL goes for a dick twist. Your comment was blocked by YouTube. What the hell? There shouldn't be any block comments. I got this set to go nuts. Journal, do you know the movie Straight Outta Compton? I do know the movie Straight Outta Compton. Justin Holloway or Max Gaethje? Unfortunately, I think Max Gaethje. And I think Max Gaethje is going to hurt Holloway badly and Holloway is going to miss out on his chance on reclaiming his title against Ilia Topuria. I honestly wish that fight never got made now. I really wish that fight never got made. I wish instead we were having International Fight Week, Islam Makhachev against Justin Gaethje, and UFC Spain, Max Holloway against Ilia Topuria. Max wants his revenge in lightweight. Fair. Shedhead, I don't know what happened to your comment, mate. Sorry. Jono, why are you asking me about Straight Outta Compton, brother? What are you looking for here? The Weasel, Strickland versus Cannonier 2 would be fun if Izzy is fighting Drickless. That is exactly what I was talking about, mate. Jesse Rodriguez. How you going, brother? People are underestimating Max Holloway. Maybe, man. Maybe. I mean, it's starting to come around, isn't it? There are people who are starting to jump on Max's train. I see Max Holloway getting clipped by the Korean Zombie. I see it. I see him getting touched by the Korean Zombie. I see him getting pieced up by Alexander Volkanovski, badly pieced up by Volkanovski. And then I see Gaethje being able to be really defensively sound against Fiziev. And I just think over 5 rounds, because it is going to be the BMF title fight, it is going to be 5 rounds. I think over 5 rounds, the harder shots from Gaethje are going to come through. And what we saw against Volkanovski, we're going to see again, except with more power. Because obviously Gaethje carries more power than Volkanovski. It's going to hurt Max. And then the question is, how many fucking wars can Max Holloway really take, man? You know what I'm saying? How many wars can he take? Justin's going to tear him up with the leg kicks. That's so true. I'm just visualizing the boxing, Brandon, but you're right. Like the leg kicks are there as well. You're right. There's a different pace. And Max's legs are there to be chopped up. Again, Volkanovski chops up the legs. Gaethje loves chopping up the legs. That's a whole different thing. Wolf Sheep's going to be surprised if Max wins. Jono, do you like anime? No, not really, man. It's not my thing. Not my thing. But we got someone in chat who loves anime. Mo is our resident anime enthusiast enjoyer. Who's Khamzat fighting? Robert Whittaker. Biggest from the country of the biggest chads in the UFC. Singer, is Conor going to return? Last week I was saying no chance. This week I'm saying maybe. Dana White finally is talking about putting that fight together. Mohammed, here's anime. Instantly in chat. I'm back in, boys. Conor might return, man. Maybe. Because Dana is finally saying now we can start talking about putting that fight together. So Michael Chandler must just be like fucking running laps in his house. So happy. Tony, F1. Honestly, I think Gaethje has overrated power. He only has 2 KO wins in the UFC, and one of them was James Vick. But he hurts people, is what I'm saying, Tony. Like, he was hurting Chandler. He was hurting Ferguson. It's not so much about the knockouts. It's more the fact that he's like Holloway, right? Where it's accumulative damage, but it's very powerful accumulative damage, right? Again, with Fiziev as well. Very powerful accumulative damage. So I think what I'm looking at is Holloway's going to be there to get hit, and Gaethje's going to be there to put those concrete fists on him. Yeah, he might not get the knockouts, but he does get the accumulative damage. So that's sort of where I'm at, F1. Aka Bronco, Max Holloway will win. Aki, if he wins, come back here and just tell me I was wrong for a week. Just a whole week. Every time you see me live, just jump in and go, you were wrong, Doug, and then you can bounce out. Just rip into me, mate. Mohammed, join the Discord, boys. Join it. Yes, if you're enjoying this stream and you want to know when I'm going live and you don't trust YouTube's notifications because they fuck around, there's a Discord. Jump in, have a good time. And girls, let's grow the channel. Send memes, talk crap. You're 100% right, Mohammed. Well done, man. Juno, have you ever played Rainbow Six? No, I haven't. I'm playing, when I do have a chance to play video games, I'm currently playing Call of Duty Mobile on a desktop emulator because I find it to be the most fun, well-rounded Call of Duty. Dana White could probably whoop Conor McGregor. Probably. Conor is coming down very hard off drugs. What about F1? Don't watch it, but Tony is a massive F1 enjoyer. Tony in chat. Tony, I think Holloway is similar power-wise with respective to their divisions. Yeah, but Holloway's moving up, so he's going to get punished more, isn't he, Tony? Like, Holloway got punished by Volkanovski at that division, right? Respective to their divisions. But now moving up, he's going to have that Gaethje level of punishment on him. And yeah, his body might be thicker, but that means he's going to be slower. I don't know. The King Shorts, you're going to subscribe? Thanks, brother. That's what, it's my goal to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers. I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers. I would love that. That would make me so happy. The happiest little girl in the world, mate. Aki, do you train MMA? To King, yeah, join the Discord, man. Jump in, have a good time. Do I train MMA? No, dude. No, I'm a working man. All of the money that I earn through my hands. I'm a physical tradesman. And I have friends who have trained Muay Thai and train MMA. And if I get an injury, training at a gym for fun, it will scare the shit out of me. And also, I won't be able to pay my mortgage. So no, I don't train MMA. But having said that, if I ever had a desk job like YouTubing, I'm a man that has spent my entire life working with my body and staying healthy, so then I would start training MMA. If I could accumulate money some other way, I would start training MMA just for fitness, just to be fit. Because I think it would be super fun. It'd be a super fun way, rather than lifting weights in my dark shed at 4 a.m. in the morning. Jeddah, you keep accidentally swiping. Mate, that's because you keep staying on those streams, mate. Last time you were in here, you were talking about some sus shit. Okay? And I've never once swiped on those streams, brother. So I know you're flicking through streams and then you see something like what Talbot gets up to in his spare time and you hang around, mate. You hang around. Do I know about Unshielded Jubilee? I do. Wasn't that an embarrassing debut? They thought he was going to have all of India on his back, and it just didn't pan out that way, did it? Did the Gaethje fight get cancelled? Unfortunately not. It just got moved around, so Google says that it's cancelled, but I would love it for it to be cancelled. Bro, did you see Talbot pole dancing? No, I'm not looking at it. I'm not clicking on it. I'm not being involved in it. I don't want to see it, and I don't want my stream to turn into Cheddarhead's stream. It follows me. I can't escape it. Join Islam? Is that what you're asking me to do? I'm spoken for, mate. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry, It is what it is. But, the game's the game. Enjoy your game however you're choosing to play it. We're all going to end up in the same place eventually anyway, aren't we? Bloody Cheddarhead and his fucking whatever goes on in Cheddarhead's laptop. I don't want to know. Muhammad, real truth. Dougie spitting facts. Thanks, Muhammad. I appreciate it, man. And I appreciate the work you do in the Discord, mate. That needs to be said. Brent, Google is always bullshit. I just think they're late updated. I just think they're late to the game updated. Oh, some fun homework for the boys. Some fun homework for the boys. If any of you are on a computer right now, I want you to follow me. Go to the UFC rankings. Go to the UFC rankings at ufc.com/rankings, right? This always pisses me off. And then go to women's flyweight, okay? And there you'll see Alexa Grasso. Why does she get her own custom belt on the official UFC page? I get the UFC wanting the Mexican market and just giving her one for fun to be like, yeah, we're in Mexico now. Everybody clap. But on the official webpage, she literally gets her own belt. Why? Why does she get her own belt? Why do we all get custom belts? What is going on there? Anshul is not a good fighter, to be honest. He is crap. That's true. He's not very good, is he? Cheddarhead, I don't deserve this algorithm. Cheddarhead, you are entering the world of fuck around and find out, mate. You got to stay away from that stuff. Just go to the 3 buttons at the top and click not interested. And I don't want to see this. And then you'll never see it again. That's how I you know how usually when we're doing this stream, Cheddarhead, I can scroll Twitter and it's not full of degenerate shit. It's because when it does pop up on my Twitter, I go to the 3 bars and I'm like, no, I don't want that. Because you imagine if I was scrolling regular Twitter, your Twitter, Cheddarhead, live on YouTube, Jesus Christ, the police would be back here like that. We believe in Jesus too. I know you guys think he was a prophet, but I'm spoken for. Mike Brennan getting cut after barking at Jubilee makes me sad. Yeah, barking at someone in the cage, based move. Arjun Bulaha is an embarrassment too. Let me. I used to work with a dude named Arjun back when I was in India. Arjun, oh my God, yes, God, yeah. Absolute embarrassment. Where are you from? Melbourne, mate. Melbourne. Cheddar, I just did that. Welcome to curating your own internet feed, Cheddar. I'm happy to help you. And thank you again, Cheddar, for that massive dono. That is why we have stayed on for this huge stream, Australian meat-sized stream. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And thank you, Mohammed, as well. Thank you, everyone who donated to the stream. It's been awesome, man. You became a Brendan fan. Yeah, dude. It had like Cage. It had like Clay Guida energy to it, didn't it? It had Clay Guida energy to it. Like the bark. It had that like madness energy to it. I liked it, man. Jedhead, do not recommend me this shit. At Bronco, why do you have Dougie's Corner as your display picture? Does he? Oh my God, he does. What the fuck? That's GOAT level trolling, to be honest. That is GOAT level trolling. Oh shit. The MMA groomer, he's been putting up a front. He loves what the algorithm's been feeding him. That's what I think. A Chad with the late males drop. I hope Nickel keeps the undefeated record. It'd be sick if he does, but we need to see him properly tested, yes? Properly tested, right? Put him in there against a Dagestani wrestler because I'm a big fan. Whatever, mate. It's your fucking channel. Do what you want. If you want to have my fucking ugly face as your profile picture, go nuts. India can produce good MMA fighters in the lightweight category. Yeah, of course they can. They're like, it's like South America and like Vietnam and Thailand, right? For the smaller groups of people, they absolutely can. But you also have to remember, right? MMA in India is fucking new. It's so new. You've got like, it took years to get some Australian talent into the UFC. Anyone can, if you believe you can. If you can conceive, believe, you can fucking achieve, or something like that. Yeah, India needs time. It just needs time to develop. It's so undercooked over there. And quite frankly, I mean, then they weren't known in boxing. Like, have you ever seen an Indian heavyweight champion or any Indian champions in boxing? You boxing fans might know this, but I can't think of any prevalent Indian fighters. Believe, conceive, achieve, or some shit like that. Goated comment. Yeah, man. So I think India just needs time. This guy is cool. I assume you're talking about me, man. Thank you. I talk about cool topics. Christian brother, Indian Muslim brother. I think it's cool. Allah bless his channel. Alhamdulillah, brother. Alhamdulillah. Amir Khan. What about him? What do we want to know? What do we want to know about Amir Khan? I had a mate called Amir Khan. Again, when I was in India. But thanks, man. I'm happy you're appreciating the channel, man. Indians are not very athletic. He is British. Oh, is that a boxer? Right. Amir Khan, the boxer? I mean, is that what I'm looking at? Amir Khan boxing? Yes. Okay. British former professional boxer. Okay. There we go. They got one. Blasphemer. Dude. Fucking Monty Python's The Life of Brian. Holy shit. I put that clip, Cheddarhead, in one of my videos. I don't remember which one it was. I think I said John Jones wasn't the GOAT, and then I slipped that clip in. Blasphemy! Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. Like, the Indians, they are athletic. They are. Like, and also, how many people are in India? A metric fuck ton. Also, we're going to wrap up the stream soon because it's 5:30. We're going to chill out. There is, right, in 2023, 1.4 billion people in India. Now, if you think we can't get a couple of fucking lightweights, a couple of featherweights, you know, a couple of flyweights, we can't get a couple out of India in like 5 years' time. Come on, bro. Of course we can, bro. Okay, sweet. Yes. I'm with you. I'm with you. He's Punjabi and he has a Punjabi background. Yeah, sick. Yeah, you can't count the motherland. Jesus Christ, 1.4 billion. That's what I'm saying, Cheddarhead, man. We're going to get there, India. Okay? The Balkans. Mate, that's my background. So my mother is Serbian, so we're from the Balkans. That's our background. 3 times America. Mate, India, if they put, imagine, right, everybody, if I may speak on my own platform for a moment, Aussie Oi, balls, you're very funny, mate. Yeah, Australians have the biggest cocks in the UFC. Welcome to the channel. You can say balls as much as you want. Imagine if the UFC put a performance institute in India. Put one in India with like, I don't know, 50 beds in it, right? Oh, yeah. With like 50 beds in it, right? Imagine the talent that we would see. No, you may not. Imagine the talent that we would see come out of India in like 5 or 10 years. You take like a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, fucking 120, 135 pound Indian kid, put him in a UFC Performance Institute for 5 years. You will have a Indian champion, or at least a top 5 Indian fighter. Fucking guaranteed. While the PFL are busy focusing on Africa, the UFC need to put money in India. Most Indians don't have good genetics except the Punjabs. Mate, fighting is fighting. We can all fight. Even if they do just focus on the Punjabis, it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. There's 1.4 billion across the entire region. You will get fighters from India. You will get them. Whoa, what? Strong as shit, drinking gangs, water. What? You are fucking drunk, aren't you? I'm trying to imagine the talent, but all I can imagine is the smell. Groomer, when I got to India, I got there the day after this night fire festival. I think it was Diwali. They had been fucking burning shit all night long. I got off the plane, it was dark, and there was fires going all over the city. And I was like, the fuck have I fucking walked into? But the real thing out of India is actually the noise, mate. Because their form of indicating that they're going to turn left, turn right, or speed up is honking the fucking horn. It's just noise in India. It's the loudest place in the world, man. It's unbelievable. Leng Hilton, is there a precedent of Western athletics successfully making business in India? That is a good question. Isn't cricket Western? You've been to India, it smells. I mean, I'm not saying it smells good. I'm just saying the noise is more overpowering than the smell. But you are absolutely right. It does smell. They'll turn the gym into a scam call center within a month. How do you know what I was doing in India, Cheddarhead? Opponents will start passing out from... No. What? The Delhi Belly will help with weight cuts. You'll never have an Indian miss weight. They'll always be dehydrated. It'll be fine. UFC will just be a front. And what is it now, Cheddarhead? A legitimate business? Come on, mate. Fucking put it together. Cheddarhead, I'm dead. Oh, shit. All right, guys. This is the 5-minute warning. We're going to be gone in 5 minutes. All right, we're having a good time. Except cricket, everything is crap in India. Bollywood's kind of fun. Have you seen like the fucked up Bollywood shit on Twitter and on TikTok? It's kind of funny. You ever gotten drunk as shit and watched Bollywood? It's pretty good. I know what knows what I'm talking about. Start 5-min timer. What? I heard to subscribe it. Thank you, mate. If you enjoyed this stream, and you don't like YouTube notifications because it blows up your phone and fucking annoys you, there is a Discord that you can join. Feel free to jump in. If you liked the vibe of this live stream, a video I dropped today is called Who Has the Biggest Meat Sticks in the UFC? It's the Australians. Enjoy the channel, mate. Hang out. Have a good time. It's all about the banter and UFC in here. So, yeah, we're having a good time. All right. That's not a swipe screen, Doug, you Fucking moron. I've been streaming for too long. What? I'm telling you, I've been streaming for too long. 4 minutes left, boys, and then we're out of here. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. Dovey over on Twitter. The real Christianity versus Islam matchup is going down at UFC Saudi Arabia. Sharabutin Nurmagomedov will fight Ihor Peteria at UFC Saudi Arabia. It's on, boys. The what's the right way to put this? The Crusades 4 are going down again in Saudi Arabia. Did you see Ronan in a bunny suit today? I missed Ronan today, man. No, I didn't see it. But you having said that, I'll jump because I know he leaves these streams up, so I'll go back on his stream and check it out. Bollywood is funny, but once my drunk friend jumped out of the windows to prove his power after watching Bollywood movies. Your friend is, number one, Ejab, before I finish this sentence, is he alive? Hey, Mohammed, check it out. There's a anime enjoyer in chat. Luffy, the bloke we were talking about the other day. Chimaev is the GOAT. No, Chimaev is not the GOAT, mate. Cage, fuck off. Cage, that is fucked. 3 minutes left, boys. 3 minutes left. Cage, you fucking monster. We got to make a similar bet someday. All right, it depends. I'm down to make bets. I think Mo has got a bet clip that I've already made with someone in that he almost lived. Well, I ain't making that joke, but don't worry, Cage has already got us covered. Yeah, I'm down for making bets with the boys about silly shit in chat. Muhammad's already got one clipped in the Discord somewhere for me to remember because I am gonna forget. That is happening. 2 minutes left, lads. Kid a year, AQ, welcome. I've made Guru chug a jug of yogurt and Ronan wear a bunny suit. You're next. All right, we'll see what happens, man. Although I do feel like Guru chugging a jug of yogurt, he would have enjoyed that. You know? He's a fat cunt. Apparently, Igor Severiano is the guy who bit someone. Yeah, that's right, Mohammed. That's right. Is getting death threats. Yeah, man, we were just going over that before in the stream. Luffy, he will soon become, buddy. Do you reckon? Why, Luffy? Why are you so behind Chimaev? Do you not think his gas tank is dog shit? Explain to me how you think Chimaev can become a GOAT without going 5 rounds. And I'm not joking, dude. I'm serious. Take your time, write it in chat. We've got 1 minute and 30 seconds left before this stream's over. So let me know. Or if not, put it in the Discord, Luffy. Because I don't see how you become a champion without 5 minutes of gassing you. Without 5 minutes of gassing you. EQ, he got released. I remember the Yog Chug good times. I do not remember the Yog Chug. Although I do remember Guru in his old bedroom with the foxes that used to have sex by the back window while he was trying to watch live streams. And you could literally hear like animals having sex behind him. Like, Chedhead, good night, brother. Thank you so much for the donation, man. It really means a lot. It really, really does. And thanks, everyone. That's it. It's been 30 seconds. That's it. We're at the end of the stream. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on this stream. It's so much fun to do these. So the more that we can do them, the more fun they are. Have a good weekend. Watch One Fight Night tonight. If you miss it, go back and watch it on YouTube for free. I'm going to go live on Sunday before Guru does. This will be the Guru waiting room, and then we can all go over and watch Guru stream and have a good time. Yeah, guys. Thank you so much. This has been awesome. It's been a good night. Everyone have a good night. Dougie's Corner. Stop that, Chedhead. Not fun. See you, Mo. See you, brother. Discord channel popping off. Yes, Discord in the channel if you want to join and get notifications for next time we go live. That's the sound of my computer beeping. See you guys. Have a good night.